Blaised. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed.
What is up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. We are live here in Minneapolis, Minnesota for the Get Blaised podcast. And you know what that means? That means we got a big show today. That's right. The Monarchy Supercard is today. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you can hear me okay. We are in the arena. We're going to preview the show. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. I'm going to try to keep this pretty concise. The link has been dropped in the chats. If people want to stop in and talk about their selves, we got a couple promos to play. as well. But let's check the chat and see who we got. Patty's in the house. There she is. Welcome in. Good to see you, Patty. Mitty's here. There's Emily, one half of the tag team champions in the building. Gregory Blakely is here. How you doing, Dragonheart? Matt Storm's in the house. There he is. Good to see you. Firestar is here. Jesse Jackhammer. We got a promo from Jesse coming up about the Blitzkrieg title match. Lala's here. Lashana's in the house. Great to see you. Keep those thumbs up coming, guys. If you are digging what's going down, we got a lot to talk about. Oh, the world champion is here. Yeah. There he is. Hey, as much as I can't stand the motherfucker, he's been a hell of a champion all over the world, all over places, signing autographs, kissing babies, hugging babies, dropping babies, and smacking women. I don't know what he's doing. He's just loving everybody as the world champ, loving life. That is Riley Wolf, the man getting ready to retire, but he's got a lot of work to do here at LTD before he can retire. Triple beat, yo, triple beat in the building. How you doing? Big shout out to him as well. If you guys tuned in yesterday, we did a PC test stream for 2K23. Yeah, I found 2K23 online for $12. So I figure, why not buy the PC version, test it out, and see how it works with StreamYards. It's a little iffy. And we went through some of the settings. We streamed it through StreamYards here, where I can use all the great stuff I can use during the podcast, during our live shows, hopefully for 24. Some audio issues we got to work out. I'm pretty confident I can fix those. However, little bit of choppiness in the video for the gameplay. And from what we've done on the PC settings, my computer's super powerful to handle it. And I think it might be a StreamYards issue. We'll see. I mean, if we got to stay with PlayStation for the shows and StreamYards for the talk shows, I'm cool with that. If I got to do more of these talk shows before or after other shows, I'll do that as well. I just love the ability that we have here in StreamYards to play videos and commercials and bring you guys on, so I could do what a lot of people have been talking about, color commentators, which I talk too fucking much. I don't know if I can handle a color commentator. But I got some great people in the community that want to be a part of it, and we might be able to do that. So we're going to keep trying it out, and I want to thank Triple Beat for helping me out with the Steam download and getting it set up and some of the settings, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see who else we got in the building. Selena's in the house. We have a lot of great matches today. Azrael is here. And if you're not booked today, you'll be in tomorrow's show. We just added a few people to a match. It hasn't been updated in the website or on any of the links yet, but there are some people added to one of the matches for tomorrow, so that pretty much the whole roster is in action this weekend, tonight or tomorrow. All right, let's see who else we got in the building here. Lord Amadeus. Yeah, $12. I figured if I can search and find it for real cheap, just the standard edition, no deluxe and no extra shit or anything, but I just wanted to test out using it through StreamYards, which there are some drawbacks, but we're going to try to do our best to get that to work if we can. And we'll talk about that later. All right, who else we got here? All right, we're caught up in the chat. I'm going to try not to waste a lot of time today because I normally talk too much like I always do. And then we got a 3-hour talk show. The show's probably going to be about 3 hours with the matches that we have. But we're going to go over the match card in full. We're going to do some backtracking and talk about what led up to this without a lot of detail, because most of you guys have been along for the ride. It's been crazy ever since the apocalypse. LTD Apocalypse at the beginning of the year was amazing. And ever since then, we now have this Monarchy hanging over us, which are the Great Hall members decided they wanted to pitch us some ideas with the committee. I thought, why not? They seem to be on the up and up. They're here. I've had a lot of differences with a lot of our Great Hall members, but that goes along with the territory. Their idea, let's split us up into 5 brands and let's have brand warfare. So this is going to be stable war to a different level. The brands will fight each other. We've seen over the past week or two brands fighting each other within their brand as we introduce the 5 brands. But we will get into the details of Stable War 14 very soon. However, during this broadcast, we got a big bomb to drop about that upcoming event. No one knows about it yet, and it is a surprise, but I'm on board for it. We'll see how it pans out. For the first time ever, also, we have Stable War 14 immediately followed by Stable War 15. We'll break up into smaller groups, and Stable War 15 will be immediately after Stable War 14. So we're going to close out 2K23 like this. Today's Monarchy. We got a week of shows. Next week, we start Stable War 14, Brand Warfare. Then right after that, Stable War 15. And then right after that, The Gathering. We're going to close out 2K23 with The Gathering, celebrating. We have over 30 different YouTube channels represented here. And I'm blessed to have that. Probably close to 40 if you count the non-gaming and people that just have YouTube channels that they do. So 30 different YouTube channels, over 80 different individuals on this roster. And I'm proud. I'm going to pat my back. I'm going to brag about that. I don't brag about a lot of stuff we do here, but everyone runs their company their own way, and there's a great, whether you record the show, you have 10 people on your roster or 100, whether they're all your characters or everyone has 4 or 5 characters, whether it's on Xbox or PC or PlayStation, that's the Digital Wrestling Syndicate. I don't like calling it the IWC, Internet Wrestling Community. I don't like that word for 2 reasons. There's a real IWC, the International Wrestling Cartel here in Pittsburgh, which is a great indie fed with tons of lineage. Number 2, Internet Wrestling Community, that's not a community. Community is what we have together. So to call the IWC the Internet Wrestling Community of all the wrestling, that's not a community. No one gets along. Everyone's always bitching. It's always drama-filled and crap-filled and shit-filled. People wish it was this way, that way. There's no IWC. DWS is alive and well, though. Whether you call it CAW or whether you call it Digital Wrestling, I don't care. It's what I like to call it. It's Dungeons and Dragons for wrestling YouTube digital fun, craziness. And what it is, you don't have as much control over your characters, but the design of your characters is very important. Of course, we'll get back into talking to that when we talk about 2K24 tonight. The creation of your characters, how you represent your character in the live chat, in the social media, in the shows, and on this program more specifically, because you are a part of the show. We got about 5 or 6 people already in the green room. I'll try to get through to everybody once we get to the match card for today. House of X is here. Good to see you. Leo and Teddy will be in our, I believe it's the first ever 30-man, 15 tag team rumble to determine the number 1 contender to the tag team titles. Jamar is here, the current tag team champ, along with Wally. They'll be defending their titles tonight as well. Jake Bagwell, a behind-the-scenes member of the Monarchy. So the Monarchy has laid down this groundwork for what we're doing now. All right? And we're going to find out how it goes. I signed in for it. I'm all aboard, even though the Monarchy, I'm still questioning what they're here for. Let's get down to the business. This is what we're here for. We have the 2 main titles on the line tonight. Of course, our double main event, the Battle Queen Championship and the World title will be on the line tonight. And a whole lot more. So let's go through what led up to where we're at now. The current roster for January 2024 broken up into 5 brands. The Monarchy brand was handpicked by our Great Hall members, and a lot of them have connections to those. Aiden is the son of Mordrin. Austin is the son of Jake. Jeff is married to Angelita into the family. Matt and Brian have done training with some of those guys. JW as well. The handpicked Drum Monkey, Jester and Turmoil, G6 Champs and Company. Why? Hey, wait. Haven't we explained it well? And explain what? Oh, LA. Oh, yeah. The Monarchy. Yeah. Well, we'll find out. We got a lot of people in the green room we'll be talking to here momentarily. But this is going to change. This will change. The rosters will change. When it comes to Stable War 15, there'll be a little bit of shuffling as well. And if your name's not on here and you were part of the roster in 2023, you just need to be involved a little more. I'll get you back in somehow. But I'd love to have a smaller roster. But if you are involved in any way, shape, or form, I want to keep you on the roster. And that is not only live shows. That's the main part. If you're at the live shows, that's where you can really enhance your character development, hang out with other people, watch the live shows develop. But if you watch the replays, engaging on the social media links, retweeting stuff, commenting, that all is involvement. So I'm not shorting anyone that can't be to every live show, because you guys have lives, families, jobs, and all that good stuff too. So that's your current roster. The Monarchy you see below, made up of not only Great Hall members, but some that have recently retired or on temporary roster. And if you're not on the list, you can always get back in, or we'll be doing, not an application process, but once a new game comes out, some people always drop off, and we may see a few new faces as well. We know Jake Bagwell recently retired. We know our world champion will be retiring soon. I've already got the word that with the guest referees in 2K24, we have Super Nacho as a referee coming in, which will be mighty interesting. There's even rumors a world champion could be a guest referee in 2K24. You never know. You never know. So we're going to have fun with that stuff. We'll work around whatever we have. We're actually going to talk. I have some screenshots of 2K24, so we're going to talk about that here too. The guys and the gals in the back will be getting to all of you when we get to the match card for today. So hang tight. Enjoy the show from the green room. We got some snacks back there for you. Unless Shmoo ate them all. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Make sure you guys check out the Hardcore Sports Network if you haven't already subscribed over there. I am a member of the Hardcore Sports Network. Basketball, wrestling, football, all kinds of sports we cover over there. So many great people, just like our community, just an extension to the community we have now. And speaking of the devil, there's one of those bastards right now, Mitch Kofsky. So good to see Mitch. Definitely the man behind the Hardcore Sports Network. Glad to be a part of it. Look harder, Firestar. I don't have the fuck you thing queued up for Firestar. So here's your current champions going in today. Now, this picture could change drastically today. We all know Rick Logan Parfit won that historic hold on, I don't need this in my ear anymore. The historic Rumble, which the Belt Collector Rumble. The winner of that got 5 singles title fights. He didn't win the Crazy 8 title, Drum Monkey did, but he did win the Lethal Championship. Today, Rick Logan Parfit will continue that to fight for 3 championships in one show. Could he walk out with 4 titles today? We don't know. We'll find out. Riley Wolf, currently your world champion, will face Rick Logan Parfit in our main event. Jamar and Wally will defend their title tonight. Angelita's going to defend her title tonight. Cassie defends her title tonight. John Breakdown defends his title tonight. Matt Storm defends his title to kick off the show. And breaking news, that will be a knockout match. So, very interesting there. G6 title safe. Drum Monkey safe as a double champion. He won't defend either of those. And Kelly and Emily just defended their Battle Queen Double Duchess titles as well. Keep it moving because we got debuts of new arenas here tonight. Here, fuck yeah, thanks, Firestar. Yes, I am happy, and fuck you too. Oh, Devin Wolf, the little brother of Riley, is here. I'm a girl. I know. I'm definitely going to use that in the future, Devin, so don't take it personally. You could be Delvin, you could be Devlin, you could be Devin, you could be Devon, you could be Devon. Get the tables. I don't know. Will we see blood in the KO match? Good question. More than likely. Yes, KO match, Matt Storm. You got to knock out the big guy. I am a lady, Blaze. Yeah, lady is a word. If you're in that family, lady, I'd use it. Female, maybe. Woman, maybe. Lady, I don't know. Oh, goodness. Yeah, thank you, bitch. We all know how much you love Orange Cassidy, you son of a bitch. And you're real good at following the directions here in LTD and keeping it about LTD, Mitch. Maybe we won't hire you for the next game after all. So champions going into tonight. And like I said, this picture could change drastically. I don't even have notes on the order of all this. So I know we're going to debut new arenas here tonight. Some really fun arenas coming forward. We have We have the Apocalypse. Like I said, we did channel member tournaments and had fun with those. Right after we continued the Apocalypse. It was a fake apocalypse, just a show, not a real apocalypse like we've had to deal with here as well. I can fire you though. The Aftermath Apocalypse. We did Apocalypse Aftermath, covering what happened with the Monarchy and how that went down, and kind of laid the groundwork for where we are now. So there's your Apocalypse Aftermath. Will now be just the Aftermath arena. So we will have an Aftermath show tomorrow. That'll kind of be our typical show after our big super cards will be the Aftermath, and we'll find out. So that type of show we'll try to keep to oh, Rick is in the building. There he is, the man with 3 title fights tonight. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. So the Aftermath arena will continue. Yeah, I need to close all these other windows here. I don't need all this shit open now. And I know I've learned since yesterday too, StreamYards works a little better when you close everything out and just run it by StreamYard. So, and we will continue to talk about that. We had our throwback show. We went back to 2K18 not too long ago. Whoop! Come on, StreamYards. Quit fucking with me. You son of a bitch. There we go. The throwback show where we go back to 2K18, and that was a blast. You guys picked the matches, and we had fun with it. Still playing 2K18. A lot of people are still here since 2K18, and it's crazy now to say that was 6 years ago. But we'll do that every once in a while. We had our Empire. This is where we did each brand, we reintroduce you to the brands that we've already had, like the Empire brand, the Lethal brand, the Legacy brand. The MAD became a brand, even though they are your Stable War champs. And now we have the Monarchy brand. So 5 different brands going into brand warfare. This is where Angelita won the Battle Queen championship, and Drum Monkey became the Crazy 8 champ. The Lethal brand, where we saw Rick Logan Parfit win the Lethal title off of Jay Vulture. Drum Monkey, Jester, and Turmoil held off Nightmare, Chuck, and Aiden to keep the G6 champs. Plus, we did have members booked matches. So I do want to thank all the members of the channel that have helped support the channel. Lady Devil, Cassie, Blade Charge, Gab, Joker. And I know those revolve because we have gifted memberships that last a month. But there was a ton of members at the beginning of the year, so I figured let's let all of them book matches. And, man, you guys are great at booking matches. I love that because sometimes you guys think of something that I wouldn't have thought of as a match. And a lot of you guys do really well with keeping to stories and who you should fight or a match that's never happened. So you're all part of the LTD committee if you really want to say it, whether you're a member or not, just in the chat. And I don't keep it to only members to be able to book matches because some of you can't, afford or don't have the means to be a member. That's why I say loyalty is currency. Hitting the like button, hitting the thumbs up, and making sure you're subscribed is important. And that's why we do wrestling roulette and things like that as well. So you guys can have an opportunity to book a match. So it's always in fun. It always try to keep it fresh and keep you guys involved as much as I can. That's what makes us even better and unique. Battle Queen. We had an amazing Battle Queen show. This was fun because we turned it into a tournament. And we basically turned it into, Triple Beat, Whisper, Hot Cheese, Jake, Logan, Windsor, Dragonheart, LD, and Drum. All members booked women's matches. I filled in the holes for the rest. And then we had elimination. And we got, who was it? Oh, yeah, Goddess of Pain. Won the whole tournament. So she earned herself another shot. But now she's not the champ. But she awaits the winner of Misha and Angelita later on today. Love how that planned out. AI was kind to us there. This match here, the Legacy brand, we saw Matt Storm defeat Jamar and defend the internet title. Members Rob, D-Train, Cougar, Vulture, Drum pick and match as well. So the idea behind this was to have a show of each brand just to reintroduce you guys to each of the brands. And the Monarchy's idea was have the brands fight against each other, and then they'll fight with each other in brand warfare. Big shout out to Chad. What's happening? Keep those thumbs up coming, guys. Appreciate it. You guys are rocking it. 21 thumbs up. And see, I love it that I don't have to keep reminding you guys, if you're digging it, that's the best way to support the channel. Hit the thumbs up. And I thank you all for being so supportive and always showing back the love for your boy Blaze. And I put in a shit ton of work for what we do here. And for those out there that run your own federations, you know how much work this can be, especially those who are producing the shows and recording the shows and editing the shows and putting the shows together. I got tons of respect for anyone who's done that. I know Riley's in the process of doing that for his final show. GPW, Corey Quinn, and all core wrestling. So many that, you know, if we go back to, I remember when we first started this, and in 2K in 18, we would the 5 or 6 shows that we've had a list, and we would always go over and cover. And that's why, that's one of the things that made me want to really grab this community and try to lead it in that direction to stay in a community. Is everyone always, not everyone, most people wanted to support the other channel. There's some out there to do their shows and they're about their show and that's it. That's all good. But those who are out there supporting the other channels and promoting the other channels, that means the world to me. That's a community. We are a community. I will preach that till the end. There's a lot of groups of people that do shows. They're not a community. They're just a group of people that do shows. And I was told time and time again when this started going off, it ain't going to work, Blaze. Too many people that don't like each other. You know, egos are going to bump heads. People are going, you know, people that hate each other aren't going to work on the same show. I love proving those people wrong. And you guys do it too. Very unique community we have here. Ain't one out there like us. I tell you that much. Not that we're better than anybody else, but we're different. We're more unique than any of the communities out there. I never put anyone down. I love how everyone does their stuff out there. And if all these shows were the same, it'd be boring as shit. So I love the variety that we get in the digital wrestling world out there. The MAD, we saw Kelly and Emily defeat one of the most dominant tag teams we've seen in a Double Dutchess division, Goddess and Cougar. And that was her first casting. We saw the debut of Leo Angel, who's been a very loyal supporter to this channel, the younger brother of Brooklyn Joker. Leo Angel, you've seen him as Leo Gang. He's changed it to Leo Angel. And he's a younger competitor, but he even knew not to pop into the chat until his debut. That was key, because if someone saw him in the chat, they would think, it's probably Leo because he's been around. But he waited until his debut, then came in the chat. He's playing the game really well. There's a lot of you guys. It doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter where you're at or how you do it. There's a lot of people that play this game very, 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 very well. And you should learn off of each other. I learn off of you guys all the time to try to make my product better and make this show better. Riley Palooza is coming. I said it the other night, and everyone's like, why would Blaze give Riley his own show? Well, number one, I can't wait for him to fucking retire and get the hell out of here. Number two, he paid me a lot of money. You guys understand, money talks and bullshit walks, and he's got a lot of both of them. But we will have what's called Riley Palooza. That will be next Saturday. A while back, I said who would want to fight Riley in his last show. And a bunch of you stepped forward. Then I said, Riley, who do you want to fight on your last show? And he picked a couple. So he will face 9 individuals, singles matches. He has a tag match. He's going to reunite with Count Z to fight Gav and Rex. Oh, boy. Good luck with that one. But now today means a lot for that show, because after Rick Logan Parfit, we have no number 1 contender to the world championship. If Riley Wolf retains tonight, Riley Palooza will be a competition to see who's next in line. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, there will be a rumble at the end of that show. It will be either for who's going to face that person or just number 1 contender. It's a number 1 contenders rumble as well. So there will be a champion. If Riley retires with the title at Riley Palooza, we will know who the new champ is and who their number 1 contender is. Very interesting. If he doesn't, if he loses the title to Rick Logan Parfit tonight, we still celebrate him getting the fuck out of here and retiring. So Riley Palooza will still go down, and we'll still have the rumble to see who will face Rick Logan Parfit next. So that's the way we're going to do it. All right, let's get back here. See if anybody else. What? I think I should read back before I go right to the balls comment. I love how you guys have your own conversations in the chat as well. I try to keep up as much as possible, but you guys do so good in the chat, keeping the chat going. Use your character, do it. You know, yeah, I know, right? His big face right up in our face. He couldn't have made it with like just his name. Yeah, balloons, not balls. But if you want to call them balls, call them balls. We love it. He has no context. No, it didn't. All right. So let's look at the Riley Palooza Arena. I'm really enjoying this one. When I saw the Riley created this logo. I can't take credit for that. So I saw the color scheme and I wanted to run with it because it's unique. And I really wanted to make a party-like atmosphere for this, as animated as he is. And we will be talking to him here when we talk about his title fight. And we'll get a little taste about what he feels about Riley Palooza as well. But if you know Riley Wolf, you know he's not looking forward to Riley. He's not looking over the title fight tonight to Riley Palooza. He's focused on the title fight first. And yes, I see him nodding. He's definitely approving of that. Monstar's in the building. There you go. Old Barney balls. Oh, they're okay. See, purple bluish to me because I'm partially colorblind. So I ran with a little bit of blue as well in with the party atmosphere color. So let's take a look at. I didn't put the graphic up of the matches because we'll be talking. I don't think I did. We'll be talking about the matches more. But Riley Palooza is going to be a party. It's going to be a celebration of digital wrestling, a celebration of someone who, when he came back and started to, I mean, when one person comes on this show and does a promo, it's like a ripple effect. Other people go, hey, I want to do that too. Or man, that really adds a new dynamic to the show. So if you guys remember, Riley not only came on here and did promos, he did video promos and sent them in. You know, he was, he's showing up, he's doing the kissing the babies and hugging the grandmas and all that stuff as a champion. And I want more people to do that. Like this Get Blaised show always fuels people's fire, I think. And I like having you guys involved in it as well. Brian Hernsberger in the building. Hernsberger, his client Mike Wasson will be in that big tag rumble. We'll go over that in depth. So party atmosphere definitely for Riley Palooza. We'll be having that one next Saturday. We'll go over the details to that as we get closer as well. Brand Warfare. I was very cheap here. I just used Combat Kingdom 13's arena and updated it. But I wanted a very clean look for Stable War. As opposed to the party atmosphere, we got that. This is business. This is about the brands fighting the brands for brand supremacy. But there's 5 brands going at it, and only one will get all those title shots. And yes, they will fight each other. So you just got a preview of what it will be once we get to the end of Stable War 14. And that'll be one of these brands fighting each other to see who gets the world title shot, who gets the internet title shot, who gets the G6 title shots. But everyone will get at least one title shot. Now, this time we got 12 men, 4 women, because we're doing brand. So, I mean, Stable War 14, everyone got 2 title shots. It might be 1. It might be 2. We don't know. Also, we will go over the format for the matches, for the games that are coming up in Stable War 14. But here's your arena. Brand Warfare, Stable War 14. And here's the bomb about to be dropped. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 5 brands. There's 6 brands competing. The Monarchy themselves will compete in Brand Warfare. So they didn't ask for this. That was Blaised and the committee adding them as a 6th brand. We've had the Monarchy challenge you guys to singles matches. We'll see 3 G6 matches tonight. LTD United won one of those shows. The Monarchy won the other show. The Monarchy has laid the groundwork. They want everyone to raise their game. Now they have been injected into Stable War. What does that mean? People like Mordrin could be world champion again. Bill Haight, Barabbas, Scott Royal, Paragon and Neptune. These guys could get tag title shots. Mrs. Utaker might be the battle queen again. It's one last hurrah for the Great Hall members and those associated with them, because now they can qualify for championships, which normally isn't part of it. Yes, it is huge. And I wanted to wait to drop this bomb because they came out with it. They gave us the idea of going to 5 brands and having the brands fight each other and then brand warfare. So we're rewarding the Great Hall members with one last shot. Yeah. Raisin brand, wheat brand, all the brands. You son of a bitch. Yes, and the stakes just got risen even higher because they are out to spoil the show. They are out to prove they still got it. And yeah, that's what she said. That's huge. You wish. You wish, Minnie. So now as you see, Leo Angel, although he is a product of the MAD, the Madness Asylum, he'll be fighting with the Lethal brand. Riley Wolf will be retiring, so Leo takes his spot. There is a question mark, one spot available in the Monarchy. So you're going to see 2 logos that look the same. There's one little difference. It's the Monarchy and Monarchy. The Monarchy division is one, the Monarchy is another. And yes, during the process, we will see those 2 fight each other. All 6 brands will face the other 5 in head-to-head format. Yes, the MAD, former Stable War champs, have their work cut out for them. Normally, we have the stables are one thrown together and a bunch of them are, pretty much associated with each other. This time, you now have to work together with a lot of people that you may not know, may not like, may not work with. But you have to work with them now if you want that opportunity to be the champ. Firestar, yep, Firestar. Now, the ladies, the tag teams for the ladies may be separated in here. If you see your tag team partner somewhere else, you're still a tag team. But for the brand warfare, they're set up like this. So just for this brand, this is how it's going to break down. The 4 ladies will fight against each other in the fights. Now, how will it be broken down? I do have that format here, and we're going to release it right now. I believe it's next. I could be wrong. Stable War 15 right around the corner as well. That is immediately following Stable War, and it will be smaller groups, and it will be just a few. Yes, Demented is back with the MAD as well. He'll be fighting with the Asylum. I really hope I put that in here. I think it's after this one. Because I made a format. Nope. Dun, 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 dun. I think I screwed up. Hold on. Let me try something. I could probably fix this while we're on the air, because I just added the format for the shows. I may have just put it a little further in here. I just want to make sure. Give me 1 second. There's the gathering. Yeah, let me add that real quick. Not a problem. I knew I'd forget to do something. Show format. So let me update that. And I'll bring it back here and let that reload. I forgot to do it, and I figured I wanted to show the show format for Brand Warfare. All right. So that's updated. Let's go ahead and no one jump in, because I got to add that back in. Video file. All right. So now it is updated. Show format should be right in here. Here we go. All right. So it's very similar to Stable War 13. There will be 9 matches. There'll be medallions associated with each match. All right. So, yes, there will be head-to-head winners, only for tiebreaker purposes. The top 2 brands that score the most medallions in the group stage will face off in the finals. So that's exactly how it is. It'll just be all the different brands fighting each other, and then the top 2 teams in the finals. No semifinals. So collecting medallions is the key. You have a singles match for 1 medallion, then a Battle Queen singles match for a medallion. Tag matches will be 1.5 because I needed it to be an odd number. G6s will be 2 medallions. Crazy 8 match will be 3 medallions. And I'll try to mix it up. So if you're in the Crazy 8 match, the first match, head-to-head, hopefully you'll be in a singles match next time. Excuse the hell out of me. Hey, well, hello there, Tiny Taker. Mrs. G. Taker and the family is here. Angelita the Queen is in the building. We'll hear from her momentarily as well. So the best of 13 medallions for head-to-head wins or loss, but overall medallions, the top 2 brands will face off against each other. It'll go into March. So it'll be throughout February, and then the middle of March, we'll have the finals. And then right after that, we're going right into Stable War 15, which will be smaller groups. And I was trying to make it smaller groups, and it wasn't the whole roster. But good news, the whole roster will be in Stable War 15 as well. I believe it will be, and I can break the news right now too. Men, 2 teams of 6. 6 men and 2 women is how the Stable War 15 will break down. All right, so it's already ironed out. So, don't try to make your own. I mean, I have it pretty much worked out for everybody. And the tag teams, 1 women's tag team will be attached to each of the brands, each of the stables. So we'll talk more about that down the line because obviously we have a lot to talk about. We're going to get into the show. And once we cover the show here, I'll be bringing on guests to talk about their match and everything else we discussed so far. All right. The Gathering. The Gathering is back where we celebrate all the different brands, whether you're still an active show or not. There's some that aren't as active or still not active now, but there is over 30 different brands that are represented in this company. And that I couldn't be proud enough to say. And that's kudos to all you for being able to set aside egos or differences and work with some of these people you may not like or aren't on their show or whatever. But we'll get a closer look up here of all the logos, pretty much the same ones as the past. And yes, I just used the Gathering 23's arena and updated it. That is the Gathering 23 arena right there, actually. As you'll see, Gathering 24, pretty much the same arena. I changed the logo up a little bit, but the same idea. It's going to be celebrating all these brands, all these different companies. As you can see here, from Platinum Dragon to NCW, DocTube, Cowboy John and Lightning Strikes, Octane. You got CPW, Ascend Wrestling, ACW, Gav's WCW, FCW from Hunter McIntyre, MSW. I mean, there's so many here. Lanale and Emily's channel. You got Valkyrie Wrestling with Blade Charge, Monstar Factory, Anarchy, Blue Toad Wrestling, and there's so many. Commonwealth and Mark Caliber, UCWE and companies, Second City Dojo, Solo Season Universe, which is Jay Savage and company, recently added Mythic Legends Wrestling, Sacrifice Wrestling. There's so many, and I'm so glad to have everybody part of the company. This is one of my favorite things to do because this is what community is all about. Every one of these gathering shows, all these channels links will be in the description of the shows where you guys can, research, maybe go find a new show you didn't know that was out there that you loved. And that's what I want to do. I want to spread the love and show the love to all these individuals who've been out here busting their ass to do their own shows as well. If you have a show and you're not on there, hit me up. I'll try to work it in somehow. But just to have that many, I mean, once again, I don't pat myself on the back and brag a lot, but where else do you see shit like that? Where else do you see shit like that? And that's me being me. And not to knock any other communities or any other companies, but where else do you see 30 different companies working together? Not really working hand in hand, but still associated with each other. And that's one reason why about 2 years ago, I had to cut it off and be like, nobody can have two characters. I want everyone to have one because I want to involve as many people as possible. Now, with the Monarchy in, there are some people that have dual characters and stuff, but that's for this storyline, which is the Monarchy storyline going through Stable War 14. I said before that the Great Hall members were only going to fight in January. I wanted you guys to not realize that we were going to throw them in Stable War 14 for a little surprise today. And to give them the opportunity to do that, I know there's someone that's going to be interested to touch base on that in the green room when we bring him on as well. So that'll be very interesting because now championship opportunities have been opened up for Great Hall members for that. Let's talk a little 2K24. I have all intents and purposes of doing this on PC. However, if it doesn't work out the way I want, I mean, I haven't given up on just, breaking down and going to OBS and figuring it out that way. There's more hoops to jump through with OBS, of course, and I don't mind it. I've learned it. I know it pretty well. I'd have to pick the brain of a couple more people to make it more simple for me for what I want to do. But if I can make StreamYards work well enough, we're very close to it right now after one test round. So I'm not giving up hope on that. But either way, one way or another, we will be doing 2K24. You will have time to create your characters before we move over to that. That's why we're doing Stable War 14 and 15 and the Gathering on 23 before we move over. 2K24, let's take a look at, talk about some of the changes. I just saw that face paint fading is back, which I'm really happy about that too. So if your character has face paint as they fight, now I know they showed some of the in-game characters. I'm hoping that applies for created characters too. I would guess so. So, but you can't assume when it comes to 2K. Now, there will be hoops we got to jump through. There will be match types we don't use. Hopefully Hell in a Cell and Ladder are better. Hopefully Tag is better. With some of the AI stuff that they are giving us, I'm hoping, with some of the changes and updates, which are actually things from 2K14 and such that we're getting, but hopefully with some of the additions, hopefully, please let the AI do them on their own. We'll see. We all know about breaking the announce table. AI doesn't do it. I know Drum Monkey said we've seen it once, and I think it was on Drum Monkey's show that it actually happened, that they broke the table. But there's things with the table now where you can jump up on the table. You can do regular moves on the table, which doesn't break the table, but finishers break the table. You can do moves off of the table, jumping off of the table as well, throwing people off the table. You take off the thing and clear the table. It's a little different. So I'm hoping some of those things, and I got some screenshots here. We'll talk about some of the additions, some of the things that are included in 2K24. The ambulance match is one. I'll probably use this in this show more than I would a casket match, but the ambulance match, guest referee, casket match, and I know they talked about Gauntlet, but I haven't seen any screenshots of Gauntlet matches or anything yet. I'm really excited about one of the features that are here in 24, but we'll talk about it in a second. So here's a couple screenshots. You got it starts with a cutscene of the ambulance going down and parking itself there, and you can you open it, and there's struggle between the characters to close the door, which I like. I've seen in some of the gameplay, and the gameplay that we're getting now is very limited. From what I've seen from the people testing it, it's only 20 characters, not all the match types, not a full version. So there'll be more coming to it. You can go on top of the ambulance and fight, throw people off the ambulance. I dig that. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know about promos. I haven't heard promos yet. If anything, it may be one of the cutscene things that are added into universe mode, but hopefully that works better this time around too. I've already bitched about where's the next match button in universe mode, something so simple that made our lives better trying to hide what the next match is, where you can just go right to the next match instead of showing the match card and spoiling surprises. Now, if we go to StreamYards, I can easily go to commercial where you won't see in between the matches. We'll see. But we haven't heard all. Yeah, and I just saw Odds post in the private chat, 30 companies and no drama. Yeah, with over 30 companies working together, whether you know you're working together with other companies or not, you are if you're part of this company. But yeah, we have limited to no drama. I nip some of it in the bud if it starts. You always got to, and I've talked about this the other day during the show. You always got to keep into consideration, and I've said this back to Chance's conversation shows. There's different levels of engagement when you're talking. You don't know the personality. If you don't know the person behind the character, sometimes you don't have to, but if you do, it will help. If you DM the guy and work on, hey, I'm going to do this in a promo, you come back at this, you know, those are things I wish you guys would do a little more, and we can. Some people are so into their characters, you never know they're out of character, and they're great at being their character. Some people are limited in the ability to do that, but they're trying their best. So what I ask is to not go out of character. Don't dig onto people personally. Keep your promos and trash talk just like we see on TV. I want to give you a television product. That's what I'm out to do. I want to give you the closest thing we can make to what you would see on your television on a wrestling show. All right. So, you know, you're not telling people, I'm going to cut your head off and shit down your throat. You know, I'm going to fuck your mother and your grandmother. You know, that's not trash talk. That's just stupid. You know, keep your trash talk to what you would probably see on TV. If you know something personable about a person behind the character, don't use that. Use stick to the character if you're going to talk promo, talk shit. You know, if you have an issue with someone on the roster, by all means, let me know. I'll do my best to not let you be involved in an angle or a show or a brand with that person. I've had to do that many times in the past, and I have no problem with that. Because that shows, number one, you're willing to stay in the company, even though you may not agree with someone or work with someone in the company. And that happens a lot more than you guys know. Listen, you're talking to someone who deals with 90 different people on his roster for the past 5 or 6 years. Sure, it was 40 and 50 before, and I've always said my DMs are open, and I mean it. If you ever have a problem, a question, or whatnot, ask me first if you don't know for sure, you know. But bring that shit to the table. We've seen an uptick in people that are in character more, that want to do more promos, that want to work with other people. And I encourage that. You know, I know that there are people that love to cross that in character, out of character line. I'm telling you, don't do it. Because as much as I can be your best friend, I can be your worst fucking enemy and destroy you and get you out of here for good. All right. And I don't want to have to do that. I've never had to do that. When have you ever heard me fire somebody? When have you heard me come on here and say, you haven't been at the shows, you're fired. You don't contribute, you're fired. I would never do that to you guys. Even if I couldn't stand you as a person, I'm not going to do that because it looks bad on me. I've seen people do that, and it's disgusting to me. You know, you never know I always say, you never know what the person you're dealing with or promoting, talking to, what they deal with on a personal basis or behind the scenes. We got a lot of people on the autism spectrum, anxiety disorders, depression disorders. You don't want to trigger someone personally and piss them off. That's across the fucking line. You know, keep it within the game, keep it fun, and learn how to lose. We've always talked about that a lot. If you know how to lose and have fun with losing, you will strive in this community. Yeah, I did fire you, miss. That's right. You're fired. But no, I'm not going to cross that line with people. I want this to be, and that's why this community is so good. That's why this community is so great. Yeah, you know, you can't go out of character, and most of us will know if you do. And it's very, I'll tell you, it's very easy to go out of character on someone and throw something at them that you know is going to really affect them. But try your best just to keep it TV quality. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we say fuck, shit, balls, ass, and all that shit. You can cuss if you want. I don't mind. That's part, you know, I love it on Pat McAfee. They say now, you may hear curse words on the show, but that's how people in the world today talk. So to tell you can't say shit or fuck would be stupid. Now, if you're coming out here, you motherfucking pussy motherfucker, fuck, that's not a promo. That's you just being a douchebag. You know, if you use it in the right context to tell someone to kiss your ass in the right context or go fuck yourself in the right context and fun, you know, then it's more impactful. That's why if you guys don't notice, I don't cuss as much on the live shows as I used to. And that's for 2 reasons. YouTube doesn't really like it. And number 2, it's more impactful if you don't do it all the time. If you're nonstop cussing, It sounds ridiculous. If that's your trash talk and you guys are pumping great information into the private chat and the regular chat, I love it. I could easily sit here with any of the 8 people in the green room and do an entire show just with you. That's how wonderful and blessed I am to have you guys on here. But yeah, a strong promo without cussing is a great type of if you can show that you can cut a great promo without crossing that line. And yeah, Azrael, I'll use you an example because you have brought up that some of the issues you deal with hold you back for some reasons, but you're great at what you do too. You're loud, you're obnoxious most of the time, but that's you. I admire you for just being you. And you have done what a lot of other people haven't. You reach out to other people and you ask for help and guidance in some of the stuff you do. So I applaud you. And a lot of people, I'll use you, Azrael, and some other, let's see, who else? Dragonheart gets way into character. Jamar has been more vocal recently, which I don't want to discourage you guys from doing that. Some people may see it differently than others, but you got to realize, once again, different levels of engagement. Some people need help to do that. For someone to speak out, number one, and do a vocal promo or a video promo, I applaud the shit out of you. Especially if you do have a personality disorder, mentally, physically, if you're dealing with depression or anxiety, you don't know if you want to do it or how people will think of you. That is resounding even more that you can overcome that and still put yourself out there. I always worried because I have little tics. My shoulder bounces around every once in a while. I have tics and stuff that I do that I thought people would make fun of me. I got a big nose. I got big ears. I got a bald head. I got plenty of reason for you to make fun of me. But if you're going to make fun of me, be creative and have fun with it. All right. Don't be a loser. And that's all part of it, part of the game. I figured the conversation part would be good here as we're talking about 2K24. There's just a shot of, them taking the top off of it. They clear off the. Now I am 100% saying the AI will never do this for us. If it does, I'd love to be pleasantly surprised, but I am willing to bet, and I'm not a betting man, that the AI will never clear the announce table and throw someone through it for us. If I'm wrong, I'd be glad to be wrong on that one. Let's look at a couple more screenshots. Multi-man backstage. I really dig this. I think it's 4. I don't think it's 2-on-2. I believe it's 1-1-1-1, which we can work with that. But the ability to go backstage and have an all-out brawl, like say these 4 men are about to fight for a title next week, and it breaks out in the back. I always wanted to do that. Yep. Even Mrs. Utaker, Riley helping her out with promos. How about Monstar? Monstar did that promo with the voice changer. There's voice changers out there if you don't want to use your voice and stuff like that. That's a title in on itself. Oh, just putting someone through the table. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, you should get a championship just for that. I'm good with my character and her actions because I've been writing from her. Yeah, there's people out there who are really good writers who have been doing e-feds for decades, who can write a book on their character. But then there's people who just have their character, but maybe need a little guidance. Oh, backstage brawl title. Yeah. That would be cool. So if someone reaches out to you, or if someone comes at you with a promo and you think it's lame, keep it in character. Don't insult them as a person that they couldn't promo well enough, because there are some people that may lack in that ability to do that. But here's the thing. You never know. And I use Jamar and Dragonheart as examples because they're very vocal. They get into their characters. Dragonheart got into his character so much a couple months ago that people were texting me and emailing me about it. And I'm like, dude, that's his fucking character. He's that into his character. There's some people that are always in character. And there's some people that are never in character and just want to play the game. You got to respect both ways, everybody. If someone doesn't want to play their character but wants to play the game, I'm not kicking them out. That's why this roster's at 90 people, because I include everyone. I don't want to get fucking emotional now because I know there's been people that wanted to leave because people badgered them for weeks about how they did shit. And it's bullshit. It's not fair. Blow for blow. This goes back to chain wrestling and stuff. I mean, how great is it for a match to start out where you'll face to face with your character and you punch them and the crowd's going, whoa, no, yeah, no. And then a bunch of rabbit punches back and forth between the two. How great would that be? Now, this is also something that in gameplay, you have to trigger it. Will the AI do this for us? Please, AI. If I could pray to the AI gods and angels up there, have the AI trigger some of this stuff. We don't play the game, so the AI has to do itself. Blaze is going to turn the announce table into Easter egg unlockable and reward the person who breaks it with a title shot. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. So yes, this little chain wrestling thing, if the fighting back and forth, it looks amazing. And if we can get this in AI versus AI, good. If not, what can we do? You think I'm going to come on here and bitch about it and make a fool of myself? No, I'm going to work around it and we're going to keep moving. You know, there's a reason you don't see Hell in a Cell matches and ladder matches in LTD. They fucking suck. They don't know we're in a Hell in a Cell most of the time. Now you can add KO, you know, you can tweak it a little bit to make them better. Ladder matches. We've had ladder matches where people go up to the top of the ladder, stand around, look at the crowd, pick their nose, and jump off. Doing it once, yeah. But I've seen someone go up to the top of the ladder and jump off 5 fucking times when all you gotta do is win. So the AI isn't perfect. And I said this when I used to run a computer and cell phone company. When I worked for Verizon, when I worked for Gateway Computers, and people complain, my computer's glitchy, my computer's this. Most of the time, it's the user's fault. But if computers and AI was perfect, you know, Skynet, anybody? We don't want computers and AI to be perfect. So imperfections of AI, I'm okay with. Yeah, the wheel. I don't even like the little, I don't want any HUDs. I don't want anything. Like, I don't want that shit above their heads telling you how much damage they have. I don't want that shit. I want a TV product for you guys. We're going to twist and turn this new game as much as we can to make that shit work like a TV show. Hey, Charles Robinson. I tried to get the best looking shot of him in the screen, but we will have Charles Robinson and I believe 7, they said, real refs with their names in the game. And my question is, yes, we can create refs, but will you be able to like upload your ref to Community Creations and other people can use it? I'm hoping. You can do your own referees. Like I said, Nacho has already said he'd like to come back as a special guest referee, and I'm down for that. I mean, it would be kind of cool to see a guy with a little twirly hair, the Superman hair, as our referee and have Super Nacho as our referee. So that's one I'm planning on using as a referee. I've talked to Riley briefly about maybe coming back as a ref as well, a special guest ref. You know, who knows? I'm not going to make Rex a ref. Don't worry. So, yeah, I know Nacho has said otherwhere, and I'm like, if I'm going to bring somebody back like that, maybe a good idea. 7 real refs join the default refs. Yeah, that's what I've seen too, odds. So, and that's good. I want to bring Bowtie back. He has a history here. You know, we have Benita Applebum now, and I can actually create Benita and make her look differently if I want. I know, Emily, I'm being very careful. So guest referee is nice. Man, can you imagine the AI where one of our guest referees screws someone over or something? You know, that would just, like we had the other night, someone grabbed the rope and the ref didn't see it. I am not going to restart matches for that shit. And if people start getting pissed off because you lost the match because of bullshit, that's part of wrestling. Play along. I'll say this, and I wish I had a t-shirt that said it. Play along with what the AI gives us. That's like digital wrestling 101. That should be rule number 1. If I'm going to teach someone about digital wrestling, play along with what the AI gives you. I know everyone loves to say Rumbles hate you, but yes, a 30-man Rumble, there's 29 losers, people. So be prepared. Maybe get pissed off at the guy who threw you out at number 15 and challenge him to a match. You know, play with me. Work with me, guys. I'm not saying it again, B. Don't try it. Now he wants Anita. Yeah, we got Bonita, but now maybe Anita. Yeah, make her super hot. Jamar loves the ladies. We learned that. We've learned that. And Jamar uses voice to text. So if it looks like crazy bullshit that he's texting, he uses voice to text sometimes too. But he's chatting. I would rather someone chat and say dumb shit than lurk and never talk. But at the same time, if you prefer to lurk, go for it. But number one, and I'll say this a million times, if you want to lurk in the shows and not be in there, maybe because of someone else in the chat or just you weren't feeling good that day, at least pop in and say hi. That makes my day. And for all the work that I do, it rewards me, to see your name. I want to give you a shout out. I want to talk to people that are in there. If you're corn-fused, you might want to go see a doctor about that, my friend. I don't know. Hey, TJ's in the house. Good to see you. So special guest referee is definitely an addition that a lot of you guys and myself have asked for, and now we're getting it. Yeah, I don't mind lurkers. Don't get me. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. If you want to lurk, that's fine. But I also want to tell you, don't be afraid to come in and chat. Some of the people will rip your head off. Sorry, Mrs. U-Taker, I'm going to use you. She'll rip your head off if you come in there and keep talking about WWE during an LTD show. I respect that. I love it. But also, if it's a brand new person in the chat, I don't have to preach this. But when we see a new name in the chat, welcome. Welcome that person. Say hi. If you're a moderator, your job is to help them understand what we're doing. You'll have a new name come in and say, John Cena versus The Undertaker, or fight me now online. Doesn't always happen. So, yes, guest referees. You can create your own referee, TJ. Super Nacho is scheduled to be one of our special guest referees for 2K24. No, don't blame the refs, Mitch. I'm glad you're sticking around, Mitch, too, because if you really want to have a character in this company next month, you better start paying your fucking dues. We already saw your ass get beat up in AEW by Rex and and Philly halftime. Yes, I know you welcome them, but when people cross the line, I want people, and I love you, Tiny. I'm only using you as an example because I love you and I use you as an example. When new people come in, even if they're trolling me, if someone comes in and says the nastiest, dumbest shit you've ever heard, we will delete that comment. We will educate them and let them know that's not okay here. But at the same time, we want to give everyone at least 2 chances to learn what we're doing. Do not kick people out, ban them just for one comment. And I learned that from Pete Wall way back in the day when someone come in and try to troll him and he would play games and joke with them and win them over. Back when I was a manager at the retail locations, and I've said this story before. If you heard it before, you're going to hear it again. If someone comes into a store that you work at and picks out what they want and rings it up, that's just clerking. That's not selling. I want you to be able to teach them, let them learn how to do it, and maybe they'll catch on. To take a troll and turn it into a subscriber as a content creator is one of the biggest wins you can get. Yeah, no trigger happy. I don't want trigger happy mods here. And I've talked to all the mods. I have a mod chat where I've discussed it. You guys understand how I run it. I want you to welcome new people because I want to grow the channel. I want my voice to be heard with as many people as I can. I don't need 100,000 subscribers, all that bullshit. I don't push for that shit. Our community, I reached all my goals in the first year. I wanted 100 subscribers and 50 people. We've reached that. We exceeded every goal we've ever put out there. So I just want to keep slowly, organically growing the community as people come in. And I want them. Yeah, if someone comes in and asks WWE questions, listen, let's put it this way. Trying to do it with a PC explanation. They may not be able to understand that it's all created characters. That's why I say it. There may be a viewer that doesn't have the mental capacity to understand that we're trying to tell them not to talk about WWE. Even when they hear it, this is wrestling. They want to talk about wrestling. So welcome them, try to educate them in a nice way. I've seen moderators and even, before in the past here as well, you don't want to be rude about it. You don't want to be mean about it. and typing gets lost in translation. So you got to be careful on welcoming these people and helping them understand. I have my little saying written down right in front of me, and you'll hear me regurgitate it when I see a new name. This is a creation and simulation federation, interactive digital wrestling role-playing game for your entertainment. Original created characters with creators and managers live in the chat. Boom. That's our mission statement. If you know, if your business acumen is there and you know what a mission statement should explain everything you do in one sentence. And that's what I try to do, to explain sometimes saying AI versus AI isn't even enough. We let the computers do it for us. You gotta, sometimes the first time might not get through to that person. Try to do it again. Try to answer with my company content answer. We do not take. Yeah, exactly. We do have some that love. Yeah, it's based, like, because someone will come in and see, and we've seen it a million times, Mrs. U. Oh, you taker, is that the Undertaker? Is that the Undertaker? And then we explain to them, this is, I want to keep growing this channel. We don't need roster members. I am blessed. I do not have to bug you about 2K24, whether you're coming back or not. I know I'll have plenty of people. And that's not just because of me. Yes, I've put in a lot of work to get the community where it is, but it's because you guys all play well together too. That when people see what this community does and how this game, yes, a couple things people don't like about my show. Too many multi-man matches. I only get one match a week or once every 2 weeks. That shit happens because I want to include as many people. If you want singles matches for your character, 10-minute singles matches, 15-minute, half an hour tag matches, there's other companies that do that and do it very well. Here, I like quicker matches. I'm doing 8 or 9 matches. I want to keep my shows to 2 to 3 hours. I'm already blabbing my ass off here because this is important information if you ask me. I want to keep these Get Blaised talk shows to an hour, but we'll probably be here for 2 because I want you guys to talk too. I planned on 5 hours today, 2 for the talk show, 3 for the show. The show is going to be around 3, if not a little bit longer, but that's because we have 6 titles. We're going to go over the match card here, certainly. So, yeah, and you got to learn that, if you're upset about how I run the company and you get a hold of me privately, I'll work with you. I really will. And I've done it for many people. If you come to me and say, hey, and it's not, trust me, I sit here every week with this stack of cards and I say, okay, Matt has a match. Oh, wait, MSW didn't have a match yet. Let's get him a match. So I try to make sure this ensures that I give everyone a match. And I try not to stack them in a row. Like, if your first match here, your next match is going to be a wow. But sometimes I miss it. Joker and Ripper brought it up yesterday. They're not in the tag team tournament. They're one of the best tag teams we've had. They're at every fucking show. They're 2 of the most loyal people I've ever had. Just so happens the MAD show was Thursday, so they were just booked. So when I picked the tag teams for that Rumble for tonight, the MAD guys weren't really involved. But hey, can you really say I don't? Some people would probably say I favor the MAD people because they get a lot of matches. Well, if you look at the names that are in the MAD, there are a lot of the people that are almost at every show, and it's not coincidence. It's part of it. And now people that want to be MAD just to get more matches, it doesn't work that way. You can't volunteer yourself in. It was never meant to be a stable. It was me and Ripper using an asylum for us to create a tag team. That's what it was. And we were guys that we needed to revamp, reignite our careers. So we went to this asylum and we learned mysteriously. I don't tell details to make it mysterious. There's people that tell me I don't have enough stories in my show. I don't. But if you think about it, the almost apocalypse storylines, we had Chance in an airplane at one time from the world tour that crashed. We have tons of little stories. Plus, going after a championship is a fucking story. Having a tournament with 64 people for that title shot, that's complete inclusion. Every couple months, your character has a shot at a world title shot. It's just whatever the fucking AI wants to do. The Dark Circus and they took over the company for a few weeks. We've had stories. And at the same time, I've hardly ever knocked down someone's story idea. Let's put it that way. If you come to me and say, hey, this would be fun, or did you ever think of this? Sometimes I'll say, no, I can't do it for whatever reason, but sometimes I will try it. And so the Maestro storyline, exactly. Every October, we got to deal with that motherfucker. And it's fun. You know, and this year I teased that there's no way we're going to get the Maestro, but he found a way back. I'll find a way next year to keep him away. Maybe. I heard people say every story in LTD revolves around Rex. Well, he's here for a reason, people. You ever hear a good cop, bad cop? That's what you get with me and Rex. All right. And it's worked very well. If I asked you guys, who's the most hated wrestling character in the DWS, I bet you 95% of you guys will say Rex. And that's what he's meant to be. He's meant to be hated. Now, I do get a little pissed off, Kelly Black, always timing him out when he starts to do his shit. I love you, Kelly. But in some shows, he's not welcome. I really went overboard with him on a couple shows, and people thought he was the real deal. He was really an evil person. They were putting it all over Twitter a couple of years ago. There was two people that were putting it all over Twitter. This guy's a sexist, immoral bastard. If he ever shows up into your show, ban him and report him. We must find out who's behind this character and get him out of the community forever. You know what I did? Must be doing something right as the bad guy. And that's it. Yes. Yeah. See, baby, I told you. Yeah, I don't mind when people time him out and it's all in fun, but when it's all the time, I want to be able to get my point across with him. And if he really annoys you that much that it's your channel, by all means, do it. I've pulled him from channels because they were misusing him and say, you know what, that's too much. You know, it's still my character, you know, but I need a bad guy. And can anyone out there think of a more hated character in digital wrestling than him? There are a few. You don't name names. Please don't name names. But that's what I'm saying. He's a relic of the Cold War. See, I like, have fun with it. He's a punk. He's a bitch. Yeah, I know. Mordred, put that in the regular chat, man. But that Mordred says, hey guys, early Mord was never meant to be a face at all. And I agree. And we've talked about this on Get Blaised talk shows before. Me and him has bumped heads before because I didn't understand it completely either. And even I took it the wrong way. But once I got to know the man behind it and what he's planned, he's one of the best at what he does. And for a long time. And that's why he's been brought back. He has Aiden, and he's, you know, as Mordred, you've seen him, you've heard him cut promos on here. One of the best in the business doing at it. And that's someone who I've had differences with the past, and we've known that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Human beings don't always get along with each other. So it's just a fact of life. But if you can find a way to put some of those differences aside, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And Mordred's proved that. So have a lot of you guys. I'm not, a lot of you guys have proven that you get behind your character, or if you just sit there and don't use your character and hear little bits here and there, I'm cool with that too. All right, let's get back on track. This is good conversation though, man. This is something that we should have did in 2019, in 2018, had these talks. Some of us did on Skype, in the little Skype group chats and stuff, but here, we need to discuss this. This is some of the glue, and I thank Chance once again, too, for having those Chance conversations that he's had, because if you talk about this stuff, more people will understand what you're trying to get across. Except for Gav with his stupid remarks. All right, more 2K24 stuff before we get into the match card, and this is what I'm super excited about. Spectator mode. During an AI versus AI match, you can switch the camera to whatever view you want. Now, my question is, you better give me a damn way to hide that shit. So during an AI versus AI match, I can switch to the ramp. I can switch to looking down the ramp. I can switch to highlighting a character and following him around. I can switch to It does say hide UI. Maybe that's I see that now that I'm looking at this. Shifty's in the house. So from what I understand, I don't know if there's ever been a spectator mode before in an old game or not, but from what I've been told so far, yeah, I see that now, Neo. Thank you. I want it hidden. I don't want to see it. But can you imagine a free roaming camera where you just toggle around and point at what you want during a match? I mean, I'm engaged in commentary. So you might not see me use this as much as I'd like to. Now, if I had an assistant sitting next to me controlling the camera, that'd be ideal. Then I'd be mad at them for missing shit and whatever. So then we got production problems we can have. The other thing is we have hard cam right now. You can switch it permanently to the ramp and stage cam. Think of AEW Fight Forever when you see the ramp while they're fighting and the stage behind them. I love that. We may see most LTD matches with the kind of the shot that you're seeing here, where you're looking up the ramp at the ring. I don't know what you guys think. I was going to ask that question. Actually, I can ask it right now. What camera angle would you prefer? Hard cam, which is normal, which we have now, or ramp and stage cam? So let me know. I got a poll up now. I'll touch base with it back here in a little bit and find out what you guys think. And that's, I mean, you guys' input is very important. If you guys would, if 80% of you guys say, nah, keep the camera the way it is, maybe do it for some arenas the other way, that's maybe what I'll do. The camera angle would be good for, yes. And that's one that I saw used where it was a rumble and they clicked to that camera that followed them down the ramp as they were introduced. It was dope. I loved it. Once again, this is getting closer to a TV product for us where you can click. I mean, I might have a little notepad next to me to say these things so I remember which button does what, because I'm not a gamer. I'm not good with remembering buttons and what they do. I've never been that good. So being able to switch the camera to ramp camera to regular camera, we'll see how that goes. Another one is super finishers. They're bringing back super finishers like Cody Rhodes hitting the crossroads 3 times in a row, or a lot of the moves off the top rope instead of the regular one. So super finishers are back. Now, you guys are more gamers than me. You probably can answer these questions better than I could. You have to load up 3 finishers to use a super finisher. I don't know if the AI would do that on its own. If during our AI match, because I don't have any HUDs or anything showing me how many finishers people got or anything. I don't know if the AI can load up 3 finishers and then will it toggle a super finisher on its own? I don't know. We don't know. That's yet to be determined. But super finishers look amazing. So that will be, we'll see. We'll see if we get super finishers. Kind of like the OMGs that we had in the past. So banking them as you use them, it needs 3 finishers to trigger the super finisher. So that's 2 big what ifs for us AI versus AI stuff. The crawl pin animation. We've seen the wounded, finisher where the guy hits his finisher and he falls over like he's hurt. I love that. It looks realistic. Like in a long match, you'll see that where someone can hit their finisher, but they don't have enough juice to cover the guy. Now they're saying that crawl pin animation is back, which would mean your guy's so winded that he kind of crawls over and drapes his arm over the guy for a pin or something. That's fucking amazing. But once again, will the AI do that for us? Or is it something that they just added and didn't test in AI? We don't know. They've never given us that explanation. All these test people for 2K22, 23, 19, and even 20 that I've watched all these different people explain how they tested it. I've never heard them say, we played AI versus AI matches and we tested that out thoroughly too before we did this. I've never heard that. It's always, we brought these gamers in to test the game. Which, granted, the game is made to fucking be played. I'm not dumb. The game is not made for what we do. So dumb they hit the finisher, die, and then stand up for the. Yeah. You'll get weird shit happening with the AI, but these are great additions. I mean, I've seen a lot of nodding heads and people surprised that this stuff is coming back. Some of you gamers that go all the way back to 2K14 remember some of these things as well. To me, it's a lot. Let's see what else that I got screenshots of, and then I'll go through my list. But that throwing weapons is another one. So you can throw weapons. They said there's new weapons. You can throw weapons. Only one weapon cannot be thrown. I'm thinking it might be ladder. Because if you're holding the table, we've seen they could probably throw the table at somebody. So, and obviously all the other ones can be thrown, the bat, the hammer. There's one weapon they say that cannot be thrown. I'm guessing ladder because it's so big and awkward. But to be able to throw a weapon, once again, it's a great addition. Will the AI trigger it on its own? This one I think is more likely than some of the other shit, that they might throw. Throw a title? I don't know. I don't know if a title is a new weapon. I've seen trash can, and I've seen this one, which, let's see. Next screenshot, please. Throwing a water bottle at somebody. Now, I really don't want to see someone fall down if they get hit by a fucking water bottle. In this one, Bobby threw it at Cody, and he kind of shook it off and went back after him. That's a good animation if you're going to get hit with a water bottle. Maybe wipe off your face or something. Speaking of that, straps being pulled down, that's coming back, but it's very limited from what I heard. So Undertaker, Kurt Angle, that's all you're going to get. I don't think creative characters are going to pull your straps down unless they add that as not a move, but if they add that as part of the move set somehow, where pulling your strap down is part of your taunt or something, I don't know. Maybe it's a taunt we can add. I'm not sure. But pulling the strap downs, I think, is only going to be Big E, Kurt Angle, and The Undertaker. I don't think we're going to get that. If we do, great. I mean, if it's a move that's built in or something where, but how's it know that your character has the straps? You know what I'm saying? So I get it if we don't get that in AI versus AI. Yeah, definitely. These are all points in the right direction. I remember this conversation I had with Pete Wall in December 2017. In a Skype call, I told him right to his face, well, not to his face, to his voice, this is going to evolve into a game being created at some point in time that is made specifically for AI versus AI. It will happen. Wrestling Code's getting close. Ultra Pro is close. Ultra Pro does. They haven't done any recently, but they were doing live streams, polling the audience, asking the audience, what do you want to see? And when people were talking, they were writing that shit down. So there will be a game some point in time, whether it's 2K or one of these other ones that is designed for eFeds, that's designed for what we do. And I told Pete, I was like, this is going to be big. I said, in 5 years, there will be 10, 20 times the amount of live streamers doing what we do. And look where we're at in 2023. I'm not one of those I told you so and I called it type of person, but that's the feeling I got when I started doing this. This is gold. This is Dungeons and Dragons for wrestling fans. Not as much control as your character. You don't get to roll the dice to see if you're doing what you're doing next and stuff, but you're in the chat and I'm watching. You have DMs that can help you drop into my DMs that can help control your character next move. So you do have some control over your character. If I had a way to make it more like WU where you can pick here, here's your next match and you send me 5 moves that you want to do, or this is the move I want to do, or I want to do this at the beginning of the match. With a roster this big, that would be very difficult for me and a shitload of work. But we're seeing signs of the evolution of this game into what we want. We're never going to get this game exactly like we want, but we are getting things that cater a little more to what we do. And I'm happy with it. We have to, since day one, we've had to, twist and turn this game to make it work for us. Hell, I only bought 2K. I think it was, I still have it up here. Hold on. Yeah, like I said, to those who know me, I'm not a gamer when it comes to this. I used to like Tony Hawk, GTA, where I just ran around like a moron. But I bought 2K16 just for the avatars for the EFED. That's the only reason I got it. I played it, but I tried to play it. But I got it so I could take screenshots, so I could make avatars for LTD. And that's what you see if you look on the Great Hall card that was produced recently, all the Great Hall pictures from the Microsoft Word post that I had. And that's exactly why it LTD and D. Yeah, exactly. That's the format I kind of want it to be. And that's why I say I'm your dungeon master, creator, commentator. I want to be the one that kind of lays the groundwork, talks it out, but you guys can actually help control your characters. I couldn't tell you how many times a storyline organically started in the chat. Hell, the whole carnival storyline started in the chat. I didn't plan that. Wrestling Code is going to be cool. And I've seen, and they're the one that kind of is not promising, but saying they are more geared towards creation or featuring creation. Now, I've seen a lot of them tracking Kurt Angle and a bunch of other people that they've had in the studio to make their game, and that goes along with the territory. Same with Ultra Pro. They got tons of real wrestlers in their game, tons, and it's really cool. So that's a good question. We riot if they got rid of that, because so far I have not heard War Games in 24. Please do not eliminate War Games for a fucking ambulance and casket match. As fun as those would be, War Games has much more longevity, in my opinion, to use in these EFEDs than an ambulance match does. And I hope we can see that. I don't know, because you think about it. Rumbles only get 8 people in the ring, and that's for graphic reasons. You got 8 movable characters with all this detail and ability. You put 10 characters in the ring at the same time, they should be able to do it. We're supposed to be flying in fucking cars in 2023. I think the Jetsons were 2023 or something, for fuck's sake. So yes, we need the Punjabi prison match. There's actually someone who took the Hell in a Cell and modded the shit out of it, and it looks just like a fucking Punjabi prison. It looks amazing. I can only wait to see what the mods do with like the elevator in the back, because there's an elevator in backstage. So in backstage now, you can still climb up to the top and throw people into the light thing, but you go into the elevator and you come up on top. I think that's cool. Now, will the AI do that on its own? We don't know. And that's another thing. Until they go to next-gen consoles, I don't think we're going to get 10 people or anything more than we're getting now. What do I want with War Games? I want custom arena. That's it. War Games is already really good. Look at some of the War Games matches that we've had. Hey, Zaire's in the house. What's up, Ebola Zaire? I know from SSU. Good to see you, bro. Keep those thumbs up coming. So, if they can't get rid of War Games, I mean, here's my thinking of it. They didn't get rid of it for Survivor Series last year, so I think we're going to have it in the game. If I would bet, I would think they're going to have it in the game, because when Survivor Series comes around this year, it's probably going to be War Games again. It's not my War Games, though. My War Games has a top on it, and it's submission only at the end. Old school. Or let's do elimination. War Games elimination would be pretty fucking cool, until there's one guy standing left in both rings. Let us get it in a bigger arena. I worked with it, but I hated the fact that I would have a show all in one arena, but then the War Games is in this little ass fucking arena. Yeah, I can work with that. Yes, that's what War Games was about. Submit or surrender. And not, I get it. There's no top, so they can do top of the cage spots. I'm not dumb. I love top of the cage spots. One of my favorite wrestling moves of all time was Jimmy Superfly Snuka coming off the top of the cage back in the day. Who would have ever thought someone would do that shit? And he didn't sugarcoat it. He fucking flew and just landed, sacrificed everything he had to do it. So yeah, guest referee, ambulance match, gauntlet match. I'll definitely use that. If they give us gauntlet match, a 5-man, 4-man, 6-man gauntlet match, where the next guy comes out right as soon as the match ends and keeps going, we can kind of make that happen now, though. You know, how much difference will it be other than waiting for the next match to start? I can sell a gauntlet match now. We've done them. We've done them here. It's just match, and pretend that the guy's still in the ring. Don't show the entrance of the guy who's still in the ring. I've done that. But it will look better if it's actually a gauntlet match, for damn sure. Casket match will be very cool. I think we're going to get the same animation you get with the ambulance. 2 guys fighting to close the door. Same thing to close the casket and something like that. So I'm interested in that. Multiplayer backstage, more weapons, throwing weapons. I know we got trash can. I hope they have a fire extinguisher. You know, that's another one that I think we've had that in 2K games before, fire extinguisher, way back. At some point in time, I'm sure. Riley beat or shaking her head, so I guess we have the ramp, the fixed camera going to the let's check our poll here and see how you guys are going. 65% of you guys prefer the ramp and stage cam. For me, I like variety. So I think it would be cool to be like show number 1, you get the ramp cam, but maybe this show that's outdoors, you get the hard cam, or, you know, something different. So I might mix that up. But it looks like right now, 65% of you guys want to see that ramp camera. And correct me if I'm wrong. Also, I think some of the older games had that where it was facing up the ramp, and especially for rumbles, to see someone running down would be very cool. Super finishers. We talked about the face paint fading as the guy fights. I think it makes a little more realism. The blood. I haven't mentioned blood. Blood now will drip down the person's face. And if someone's laying down and they get up, there will be a pool of blood there. So they have enhanced the blood. Now, I highly doubt they're going to make women bleed unless it's that time of the month. Yeah, I'll make that joke again. Sorry, ladies. I love you. But enhancing the blood, I mean, for, you know, a PG product that doesn't normally have a lot of blood, I'm really happy that they did that. I can't pick because I feel the camera angle depends on the match. Yeah, that too. Reaper, definitely a great point. Whether I would want, yes, old school feel for the blood. Agreed. I love it. Announce table, clearing it off, jumping on it, throwing it off, throwing weapons, the crawl pin animation, backstage updates. There's a pop machine, and you can actually hit the pop machine, take a pop out, and throw it at someone. Now, will the AI do that for us? Highly doubt it. But for you gamers out there, that's fucking cool as shit. The elevator, the ambulance backstage, and of course, probably the ability to still slam people into car doors and stuff like that, which no one ever does that. What, with the I got you with that bad joke, huh? And the spectator mode. So 2K24, we'll be talking about it more as we get closer to the release. I'm excited about it. If someone's sour on 2K products because of the glitches and problems with 21, we didn't get one. 22, 20, a mess. You know, crashes are the worst. And if I do have PC, and the game crashes, I go to commercial and I restart the game. You never see it. So that's a benefit of OBS if you're on OBS or StreamYards. If the game does freeze up or crash, I can play right along with it. We got to go to commercial. We'll be right back after this. I don't know what happened. You know, I can play right along with it. So we are going to enhance the product for 2K24. If I have to stay on PlayStation, I will. I have no problem with that. I need to get the audio and the video a little better. They used to have drink a soda and throw it before, Odd says. That's cool. All right. So yeah, and the glitches that we have, the ramp that eats people. We had hoverboard Caleb that was on his knees floating around once. You know, we had people, the wacky arm. We had one arm Johnny Farmer, one arm Farmer, where he had one arm in his entrance. You know, we have that glitch now where one of the legs gets all wonky and he's doing moves while his legs flopping around. We're gonna have that, people. We're gonna have it. Just prepare yourself. We're gonna have problems. The game's not meant to have all 1,000 fucking image spots filled. It's not meant to have all 100 cost slots filled. You know, they don't load up the game with 100 created cause and 1,000 images and then test it AI versus AI. They don't do that. So we're going to have issues. Yeah, tables standing up, flopping around on their own. We got the glitchy barricade where shit flashes and goes in and out. So when 2K24 comes out, we will do what we do every time there's a release. We'll buy. Now, here's my other issue. If I get the PC version, I am not going to complete my Rise. So, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have a tire that's tire parts that are lockable. They're unlockable. You have to play the game to get them again. So, I'm not sure how I'm going to approach that. What I would say, be prepared to create your character without unlockable features for LTD if you want to stay in the company. And I hate to be that way unless I find a way to get my Rise completed and unlocked. On the PlayStation, I can just share. I can have someone log in as me like I did last year. Thank you, Chance. He logged in as me. He completed my Rise and then backed up the data. And then I downloaded the backup data that he uploaded. Now, I lost what I did before that. So if I'm going to do that on PlayStation, I would send that to someone first. I know Triple Beat has offered to help, and a couple other people has offered to help. If I am on PlayStation, to get the My Rise completed for me, and if anyone does want to do that and help me out, I really appreciate it because you don't want me playing this fucking game. I'll tell you that right now. All right. Quit doing that. We know you're joking. You've done that joke like 8 times, Matt Storm. We know you're not retiring. All right, now's the fun part. We're going to talk about today's match card. We're going to bring on a couple people and have them discuss it as well. And when you're brought on, you can feel free to talk a little bit about the things we've discussed already, like 2K24 or the brand wars that are coming up or anything. Share your thoughts, whatever you want. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in the back. And I know there's been some other people trying to get in. So as I bring people on and kick them out, we'll have people. Believe I can help you through the PC if you share. I can't play. Share your Steam information. Oh, can you do that with Steam? I believe you can get help through PC if you share your Steam information with them and send them your save data. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not a gamer. It would take me a month to try to complete it. When some of you guys who are really good can just go through it in a couple hours or an hour or so or whatever. All right, we've come to today's match card. We got about 20 minutes left. We should be able to get through this and get everyone on and talk about it. Let's start out and go through the match card for tonight's super card. 6 title fights. We have 3 G6 challenge matches from the Monarchy. And we also have 2 Rumbles, a 10-man Blitzkrieg Rumble Championship and our 30-man tag team title championship opportunity as well. There's the arena. We just used it Thursday. Originally scheduled to have the Monarchy brand show the day after this super card, but when I was sick last week, I moved some shows around, so you guys did get to see this arena already. And we will start out with the Internet Championship. Rick Logan Parfit, his first of 3 title shots tonight. And I know some people have said, why I got to fight a couple times? Be thankful. You earned it. You either won qualifiers or won some kind of thing. As much as I am for inclusion, I do want the AI to keep us guessing, the AI to make the decision of who's getting a fight. So when we come to super cards, keep in mind, Rick Logan Parfit is also fighting for the world title, but there was also 29 other people in that Rumble that had the opportunity to do that too. 25 hours. Damn, dude. Yeah, but do you have to beat the whole thing to get through to I don't know. To me, listen, I'm paying $120 for the WrestleMania top tier game. If it would say 140 and you get everything unlocked, I'm Chuck. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the asshole paying 20 extra bucks to have everything unlocked. Yeah. Even people that play the game would probably do that just to have everything unlocked. For the sake of what we do, 2K loves money, obviously. You know, give us that opportunity to just buy everything unlocked. It's very frustrating, but you got to keep in mind this is we twist this game to doing something it's not meant to do. So Rick Logan Parfit will take on Killshot Matchstorm, internet title shot. That is a knockout match for the internet title. Yeah, see, people that are gamers are even saying, hey, 20 bucks extra. I'll pay the 20 bucks extra to have everything unlocked. I'm paying top dollar and should not have to play. Yeah, I know, Tiny. That's been my argument since day one. You know, if you're paying the top tier, everything should be unlocked. Or have an add-on for 20 bucks that unlocks everything. It's more money for 2K. Duh. But I'm pretty sure if you break down the numbers, 80% of the people that buy this game, if not 90%, play it. I'm in that 5% that don't play it. There's not too many people that buy the game and never play a match. You know, I'm sure there's some out there that have e-feds and do that, but I'm in the minority. Unpopular opinion. I know there's not too many people that do that. Yeah, I'd go up to 150 to get the game. I still think that's ridiculous for a video game. If you ask me, if you want to be real, the game should be 50 bucks. The game should be 50 bucks, 75 for the biggest, 75 at the most. And then, you know, get all the DLCs and unlockables for 100. Yeah, unlockable add-on, I'd pay 40. Yeah, the 40 ain't because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be unlocked. But see, here's the thing. I don't need any of that shit. I don't need the WrestleMania arena. I don't need Kurt Angle's 5th outfit. I don't need Biker Taker. All we do is FAW once in a fucking blue moon. Everything we do is creation. Created characters, created logos, created arenas, created everything. So the only drawback is when you're designing your character, your first design of your character, if you use unlockables, and now the game does tell you, when you go into the downloader, it'll tell you if you used an unlockable. Like Matt Storm, I just did it for 23 on the PC. I showed him that I couldn't download him because he had the specific boots or knee pads or braces. Change it, and there you go. I don't need 5 different colored fucking chairs or whatever. You know, I don't. But we'll see. So, Internet Championship match number 1 tonight. Our first of 3 challenge matches from the Monarchy. It's a best of 3 also. So bragging rights for the Monarchy if they can beat us. It is. Yeah, King of Cleveland's always good for coming in talking about WWE. Good for you, bro. We don't talk about that here, though. We don't talk about the fucking Cleveland Browns either. Get out of here. Football! Big shout to King of Cleveland. He's a very loyal supporter to the channel. I appreciate you, bro. Not involved in the E-Fed or nothing, but still shows support of the channel, and I respect that. So, G6 Tornado match number 1. 3 members of the Lethal brand, Big Daddy Beard, R-Man True, and Willie Styles will compete against 3 members of the Great Hall, Barabbas, Bill Haight, and Scott Royal. And for those who watched the show the other night and I teased a big man battle royal, it's happening this week. We're putting anybody 300 pounds or more in a 10-man rumble. So I have a list. I already have that match booked for, I believe, Tuesday. It is Shifty, Joker, Yeti, Bone Dog, Feelin' Kel, Wally, D-Train, Paragon, Barabbas, and Shmoo. I'm going to add up all their weight because I'm sure it's like 3,000 pounds plus. But that's the 10 biggest men on the roster in one rumble. So Barabbas, Bill Haight, and Scott Royal. And Scott showed up to this show the other night too. So big shout out to one of the OGs, the original from day one, 2002, LTD, Scott Royal. So he'll be in action. And now we made the announcement the Monarchy will be back for Stable War 14. Cassie Madden Rebel Defender Tap Out Princess Submission Championship against the Goddess of Pain. Goddess has the triple threat briefcase. That's her second cash in. And Paragon, Lord Amadeus, Killer Neptune will take on 3 members of the Empire brand. LTD United's Corey Quinn, who runs All Core Wrestling. Hunter McIntyre, who runs Future Championship Wrestling. And Nick Black, who runs Ascend Wrestling. So they all have three E-Fed showrunners combining to fight for the Empire against the Monarchy. Blitzkrieg Rumble Championship. We got Joker, Jesse, TJ, Matt Outlaw, Neo, Matt Storm, Wally, Leo, and Rick all qualified. John Breakdown is your current champion. We do have words from one of the competitors. A nice little short promo. We got one of the shortest promos, right to the point, and then we got one of the fucking longest, drawn out promos too. And I love both of you individuals. I'm not knocking you. So we have 2 promos to play here. One will come in a little bit, but one right now that I'll have to share screen. And I closed it. Let me open it back up. So we have a promo here. Let me find it. All right. So we're going to share screen. This is Jesse Jackhammer has words for John Breakdown, the champion, in today's Rumble.
John Breakdown. Jesse Jackhammer. I'm going to take your title on Saturday. Polish it up real good. Because after the dust is settled, when all the bodies are down and out, I'll be the new Blitzkrieg champion. Bye.
I love it. Short and sweet. And that's all I ask sometimes, folks. Drop a promo. Let me know what you think. And that's Jesse Jackhammer. Thank you so much, Jesse. You guys can hear that okay, right? Yep, cool. So I appreciate Jesse for putting himself out there. And let's get this added back to the stage. Why is there 2 of them? There should be room for someone else to get in the back if you want now. Oh boy. Where were we at? Right here. All right. So the Blitzkrieg Rumble Championship will be the first Rumble, and Jesse wants to win that title, man. Neo wants to get the title back. Objection! He says he will, and he's a former champ. Neo got the former champ out there. All right, so big shout out to Jesse Jackhammer for putting himself out there, doing a little promo, and it was good shit for right to the point. When the smoke is cleared, when the bodies are dry, I am going to be your champion, and we'll see tonight if Jesse does live up to that and become our champion. A little C&K. I was told this is not really C&K without Caleb James, and I agree. But with the return of Demented, Chance Harper and Drum Monkey will be reunited as the Chronicles and Crunchables crew. If you guys remember the C&K, they had their little weed trucks that came to the show and sold their products. And the Chronicles and Crunchables team back again with Drum, Chance, and Demented. And they're taking on a team who now has some experience as a G6 team. Mr. Utaker, Mordred, and D-Train are all Great Hall members, but they got a couple G6 matches under their belts now. Losing the first couple too, then getting a big win. Representing the Monarchy, trying to raise the level of the game. And this is going to be one hell of a treat of a match between these gentlemen. And let's bring on the one and only East Coast bastard to have words. It is the one and only Mordred Nightwalker.
What the fuck is up, Blaze?
So, what I need from you, if you want to mention anything about now being in Stable War 14, by all means, I know the opportunity is there, as well as your match here tonight. The floor is yours, my friend.
Oh, thank you. And surprise, surprise, people. I have told everyone for years, this is my favorite time of the year. This is when everything goes up just a little bit higher than normal. And everything gets laid on the line for a chance at history. Stable Wars is the event that made my career in LTD. And after this Stable War, it's going to make it again.
Now being in a team it's not eternity. This is not your stable that you put together as the past. People that you have molded as one hell of a stable, or first ever Stable War champs. This time you're battling with Mr. U-Taker and D-Train, who you've been teaming with, and you've been on the opposite sides of those guys a lot, but you guys have been working well together. The members of the Great Hall, like Bill Haight, Barabbas, and Scott Royal, legendary Lord Amadeus, Paragon, and Killa Neptune. Boy, Mordred and Paragon have had some great matches in the past. Super Nacho, Wild-Eyed Yeti, and a mystery final component. That's your team. So, yeah, definitely the ability to open the door for you guys to have another possible title run is now there for the Stable War. But more so on this. So what do you think about fighting your son, Chance, and two other guys you know very well, and Drum and Demented?
Yeah, it's definitely, tonight will be a little bit of a full circle night, because I'll take you back a little bit. When I made my surprising return, I choked out my son.
That's right.
Drum Monkey has said many times, and I appreciate it from Drum about, the different discussions him and I had in the back to help mold him to where he says kind of the final polishing to make him where he's at now.
Yeah.
I mean, I was giving advice. I didn't think it was that impactful, but I appreciate it from Drum Monkey. Me and Demented have gone back to pretty much since the day I walked in the door.
Yeah, true.
So a lot of respect there, a lot of familiarity there until the bell rings.
And this is like I said, too, this is a best of three. So, regardless if Monarchy wins the first two or LTD United use the first two, this is still such a important match because of the connections between you guys. And now, listen, guys, I've been saying this before, Mordred, D-Train, U-Taker, and the Monarchy are here, and they explain to raise the game. But now the game's kind of changed, because with championship opportunities coming up in the Stable War, not only are the Monarchy here to raise the game in the company, but they're here to crush your dreams too.
Well, it still comes back to raising the game, though, Blaze, because it's very simple. If you can't raise your game, we're going to take those title shots from you.
So this is an open challenge. This is challenging the entire roster to the highest level. For sure, a legend coming back and saying, "Hey, you're the next legend. Prove it to me." That's one thing. But now these legends still can go, and they're willing to take your title shots and show that maybe you guys didn't step up enough, or maybe we got to beat you into raising the game.
Well, it comes back to what was said when we first came out with all this. Because even now, we're not trying to take over the company. You can attest for it in the board meetings. We've made no votes to automatically insert ourselves into anything.
No, and I said right about this was not a decision by the Monarchy to be in the Stable War. The committee and myself made this decision.
Yeah, so we were outvoted.
Yep.
I assumed that, when we wrapped this super card, that would be it. We were outvoted in. That was our assumption. We figured by this time, we're going to see who stepped up and who hasn't.
Yeah, so we're going to have a great legendary match here. It will be individuals that know each other well, family members, and a statement to be made tonight in this G6 match, the third of three. And I appreciate you, Morgan, and best of luck in Stable War 14.
Can't wait. Lace them up tight, boys.
All right, coming up next, we have our tag team championship. And Jamar and Wally, who they've had their issues in the past. We thought they were splitting up at one point, came back together, made things work. And the next thing you know, Jamar and Wally, now known as the Atlanta Aces, they were the awesome friends whenever myself and Nacho brought them into a nice little group. But they are the Atlanta Aces, both from A-Town. Wally and Jamar will defend those titles against Nightmare and Chuck. The Skullbusters, a relatively new tag team, but Nightmare won the opportunity in that belt collector rumble. If you guys remember, he was in second place. So he decided he wants a tag title shot and a G6 title shot. They didn't get the G6. Will they get the tag titles tonight? Tonight, we're going to find out. Now, I also have the match card for Sunday, which, if I haven't done it, I should probably do that just like I did before. I don't think I added that to this slideshow. So I think I need to do the same thing again. Add one more slide back in. Did I do? Oh, I can just show the website. Fair enough, because I do have it up on the website. So we will talk to some people that are in the chat that aren't booked today, but will have a match on Sunday. So right at the end here, before we go, actually, let's do it right now. Let's do it now before we finish the broadcast, this match card. We're going to talk about Sunday's match card, and then we'll finish this match card off. So what I did was I took everybody that was booked on Saturday, and I booked everyone else on Sunday. Now, there are a couple people that are being added. I will break the news for that here in a minute. But let's go ahead and share the website, which I'm really hoping you guys have this bookmarked. Those should know by now how important this is, how this website can guide you along the way, so you don't have to ask, who are the champs? When's my match? When's the next show? It's all right here for you. Plus, I have updated the roster pages. So, for instance, Jay Savage, his card just came out. If you go to Jay Savage's page now, there's his digital card with all his details. So those have been updated also. It's very easy to navigate. It's very straightforward. Home, you can go to What's LTD if you want to know a little bit about the past and what LTD was built on. I wrote this like 20 some years ago, and I didn't change any of it. The company has not changed pretty much. The idea behind the company. This was written when we were in EFED. But you can go and check out what is LTD as well. The roster pages, the championship history, which is a pain in the ass to update, but I do keep it updated. As best I can't see, I need to update the tag team right there. So I'm slacking a little bit. And if you guys go in there and see something that's not right, let me know. Joker does a good job of letting me know what I fuck up, and I appreciate it because I don't want it to be wrong. So let's talk about Sunday's show. We have Shadow Press. How do you do the cards on phone? Because the list doesn't pop up anymore. If you're on your phone, you can actually go to just click on roster, and it'll pull this up. And then you can actually just click on a name. This I need to redo, but you can actually click on a name, and it'll go back to their page as well. So instead of using the drop down, you can also do it that way. So there's two ways to get there. I hope that answers the question. And if it doesn't, let me know so I can try to fix it, because I'm not sure, because I don't use the phone. So on Sunday, around 6 p.m. tomorrow, you got Shadow Press versus Logan Windsor. We have Bell Endora versus Shulky. We have Leo Angel versus Blade Charge, his next challenge. We have Firestar versus Emily in a cage. We have Danny Wells versus Mark Caliber. Triple Tag Yako tag match with Jessica and Selena, Lady Devil and Jen, Patty and Whisper. This is the match that's changing. The Shovel Elimination match will now be a Crazy 8 match. The women's main event will be a shovel match. So, when you guys We either have one shovel and barely or a ton of shovels, and it's one of the most brutal matches in the game. And I love watching people get hit in the fucking head with a shovel. So you got Shifty, Bone Dog, Azrael, and Ripper added to that match. Dragonheart, Gav, Cody Hagan, and Brian LG. That completes all the active roster. We'll have a match today or tomorrow. All right. So Gav and Brian LG are added. Plus, Cody Hagan and Dragonheart just had a great match on Thursday. They'll be in that 8-man match, shovel elimination. Just an 8-man match. I'm sorry. 8-man elimination. Cougar versus Lashana versus Hot Cheese. Let's get a word from Lashana about that match because she is here. So Lashana versus Cougar Knight versus Hot Cheese. Let's bring Lashana Brooks onto the show. What's happening?
Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing?
I always love your energy. I always love it.
Just to let you guys know for an update, I am here with my father who is sitting with me because I'm staying with my father for now until everything is straight. And mainly he just listened to you. He said, oh my gosh, this guy sure is funny.
I love you. I love you. It's very good to hear good news. And Lala, I mean, you told us in the chat, I know the other day how you're looking forward to this match. You got respect for your opponents, but give us some more words on your fight tomorrow against Cougar Knight and Hot Cheese.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I got both respect for both of these women. They both bring their A game. I'm telling you, both of them are nice, but once it comes to the ring, they'll kick your ass when they need to. So mainly, I'm just going to tell to both of them, bring your A game. If you got to kick my ass, kick my ass. But mainly, I'm not going to pull no punches with nobody. Hey, Mrs. U-Taker, I see you. And Angelita, yes, what's up? And just bring your A game, ladies. I'm just here for fun and entertainment, making y'all happy, making y'all smile. I don't have no animosity towards anybody. I'm just here to have fun and just have a good time.
Thank you so much. Well said. That is the consummate digital wrestler. She just summed it up in like 2 little sentences. And that I love the energy. She's happy, win or lose. She's just here to have fun, get away from the real world. Lala, I love you to death. And I am for now. I see Mordrin has backed out, so there's a spot in the back now. And because I saw some people were trying to come on, if you're trying to come in, there are a couple open spots now. Come on in. Why is there 2 of these? Let me try this. Add to stage. Stop screen. Add to stage. Okay, that's better. Now there are a couple spots open. Let me go back to, that's why it was shared. Duh, Blaze. Uh-oh, I'm going ahead of myself. No. We're back right before the Rumble. We'll talk about this big-ass Rumble here in a second. Son of a biscuit. Technical difficulties. All right. Son of a biscuit. There we go. Present. Share screen. Back to the website. Yeah, dumbass me closed it out. All right. We do have, I just said he's going to be added to the match. It's Shifty, Bone Dog, Azrael. Did I spell Azrael wrong? Yep. It says Azariel. I got to fix that. Joker's normally one who points that out. No spoilers. You guys know what the match card is. So we got Bone Dog, Shifty, Azrael, Ripper. Now added is Brian LG, Cody Hagan, Gav, and prepare yourself, people. The return of the White Dragon. What's happening?
What's good?
My man, a little more energy to the show. I love it. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, and I know you had a little talk with Lala and everything. And Lala, like I said, keep us being updated and keep bringing that energy. And I expect nothing less from you.
So you got a big win over Cody on Thursday night, but he's going to be in this match as well. What's your thoughts going in? There's 4 members of the MAD you see on the screen: Shifty, Bone Dog, Azrael, and Ripper, and now Brian, LG, Gav, Cody, and yourself in a Crazy 8 elimination match.
Let's just say I'm gonna come out and just say it. I will walk straight through the fires of hell to get to where I need to be.
That's what I'm talking about. Dragonheart will not back down from anybody. And this is the White Dragon, man. This is going back to his roots. So very interesting to see how he fares in that match, being added to that match tomorrow night. It's going to be very interesting. The MAD thought they were going to have it easy with 4 MAD guys fighting. Throw some monkey wrenches in there, including one White Dragon. All right, now, we talked about it. This match was booked on another person's channel. This match was booked when I was in the live chat of someone's channel. Now, there's room if anybody wants to jump in. As I was in someone's show, this came up. They wanted a fight. I said I'd make it happen. Inside of a steel cage tomorrow night. 2 friends, 2 besties. They play Fortnite together. They hang out all the time now. I love the fact that these 2 have come together to be friends. They're beautiful human beings. They're amazing competitors. Emily Lanale will take on the one and only Firestar.
Hello, everyone.
So you didn't think I'd make this match happen, did you?
No, I did not. I did not.
So I love how you and Em hang out and game together. And isn't that great? You guys have a great relationship.
We do. We have a lot in common. We've become very close.
And this very close. You guys found each other through like the gaming and the YouTube and stuff, right?
We did.
So I mean, I'm not going to take credit for it, but did you see her first on my show, or did you see her on other stuff?
Actually, Patty has been talking about me to Mitty a lot, so she's been hearing about me, and then I got to meet her, and we have a lot in common.
And I've talked about it before. I knew Firestar way before digital wrestling, and Amy Amour and all these other group chats and channels that we used to go hang out at. And you've got a character, and the next thing you know, it's evolved into one of the best characters out there, you know. And Emily says you better bring your A game, Firestar.
Bet your ass I will, girl. Bet your ass.
See, that's the thing about these 2, though. And this is what I do a lot in this company. They may be best friends, but once the bell rings, these 2 are going to rip each other's heads off.
Oh, we will.
I appreciate you, Firestar. I said it on the stream the other day. You and her are 2 of the best human beings that I've met, and I really mean that. I appreciate you, Firestar.
I appreciate you too, please.
Even though I bust your balls and joke around a lot.
Yes, you do.
And play the fuck. That's because I love you. That's we have fun together. And you've come such a long way from, you know, the ability to come out and tell me to go fuck myself and, you know, and all that. It's a great thing. I love you to death.
Yes.
You're a great human being. I appreciate you, Firestar.
Same here, please.
Love ya. A lot of love in the room. All right. If anyone else is trying to get in, there are some room in the back here. Let's see. Someone else that's fighting tomorrow. Oh, Jeff's in the building. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, just like the old Jake and Mordred matches. They can team together. They love each other. But when your bell rings, all that goes out the window and you get the best. And when someone's telling you to bring your A game and that's your friend, has anybody ever out there fought one of their friends in real life? Yeah, those are pretty fierce fights. You don't want to lose to your best friend. You've been telling me that since day one. You've been telling me what, Neo? You've been telling me a lot of stuff. All right. The main event tomorrow night. Carmen Gonzalez, Tiffany Sky, Hot Fire Rose, and I just made the announcement. This will now be a shovel elimination match. So let's bring on one half of your tag team champions. Crushing Kelly Black is in the house.
What's up, everybody?
Now, we hear your voice all the time because you stream like crazy, Hugo, and I love you for it.
Oh,
And
don't keep pulling that on me. Come on.
I love it though. That's you're the marathon streamer. It's great. I mean, you do it for a long time. You hold the audience's attention. You have very interesting matchups. You got those two morons with you talking as well.
Hey, I'm related to them, and it's by marriage, so
I love those morons too.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
But Kelly, you do a great job with BMWF. I got to say that you're very consistent and you don't take any shit. You run a tight ship and you do a great job over there. But if you guys aren't subscribed, most of the people here are part of your community, our community together in your show. But if you haven't already, make sure you check out Crushing Kelly and BMWF. Great shows, always fun on her channel. But I want to talk about this match. Carmen, Tiffany, Rose, and Kelly. There will be nothing but shovels under the ring and no disqualification, no count out.
You and your shovels. Well, I'm not. I don't have any issues with the shovels. I mean, it's one of the weapons I have in my own matches on my own show. Plus, these three ladies happen to be on my roster.
Yes, that's another thing that I'm glad you pointed that out. So you know them very well.
Yep. Yeah. And Hotfire Rose is my Dark Side of the Moon champion as well.
So you got your work cut out for you. And congratulations defending that belt. You and Emily have had that championship since October 18th.
Well, it's I appreciate the applause and everything.
I know you got your eyesight set on something higher than that, though.
Yep, 3-time double Duchess, 1-time mixed Monarch, 1-time Battle Queen. Even though after my match in the Gauntlet, I got whooped by Cougs.
Yep.
But hey, I still got that on my record though.
You got it.
Anywho, yes, I am looking forward to one day being Tap Out Princess for Grand Slam, but I am not looking past the fact that I'm a 3-time double Duchess, as well as, I mean, this is also Emily's first title in LTD.
Yeah.
And she's a dear friend of mine and like family too. So I'm glad that I could at least help out get her to getting her first title in the company.
And you guys are making an argument for the greatest double Duchess tag team of all time because, Cougar and Goddess have held that title a couple times and you guys just beat them. Now, that next in line is Carmen and Firestar, the Galaxy Gamers. So that one's right around the corner as well.
Well, again, 2 people on my roster, 2 people I have faced in the ring. No doubt 2 hard-hitting competitors. I'm not looking past them. I'm not overlooking them because you underestimate your opponent, you can easily lose. You could easily lose the titles. That's plain and simple.
Yeah. And I'm sure Carmen's going to come after you too, because her and Firestar are next in line and she's going to get a shot at you in this match as well. So it's going to be mighty interesting.
So yeah, no matter what title I hold, I will put forth 1,000,000 kajillion% because it's not just because I love the shiny. Yeah, I'm getting that term from Goddess. Yeah. But also I owe it to my tag team partner, Emily, to not do anything less.
Awesome. Well said, as always. Thank you so much, Kelly. I look forward to that match and all the BMWF shows that we have coming up. You always do a great job. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Now, we got a representative of the aforementioned Carmen Gonzalez, the one and only Odds Cornett is joining us.
Greetings and salutations.
So, number one, I could sit here and talk to you about 2K24 and all the features and all that stuff for like 8 hours, but we're going to hold that conversation for another time. As we get closer, I plan on doing like a pre-release show And I know specifically if you're up for it in Triple Beat, I want you two guys to be featured on that so we can talk about it.
Oh yeah.
So we'll hold that conversation till we get closer to release, because of the conversations we've already had about past games, current games, future games, and everything. So we'll talk about that. What I want to talk about is your client Carmen not only getting a shot at Kelly in this main event shovel match on tomorrow, but a tag team title shot in the future as well.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
And you and Firestar, Carmen and Firestar have just been tagging for a little while, but that does not mean you can't grab the titles. You've earned your title shot, and it will be very soon. So I'm taking this as an acceptance that when we do that pre 2K24, that you're down for it.
Oh, I'm down for it.
Yeah, baby.
Most people don't know that the ambulance match was in another game. It was just exclusive to the SmackDown versus Raw 2010 Nintendo DS version.
So yeah, you're the wealth of knowledge you have for these games. I definitely.
And the casket match hasn't been seen since the year 2000. Back with SmackDown.
Oh
2.
wow, really? Damn.
Yep. Back then, you could pick up the casket and throw it at your opponent.
Nice. Well, I plan on having one of these.
We show SmackDown 2 footage of the casket match from SmackDown 2 in the most recent Let's Talk Call Shot podcast.
Yeah, which is another thing, and I appreciate you. We will get down and dirty here on the Get Blaised podcast when we get closer with you guys. So I appreciate you. Thanks, bro.
No problem.
And if you guys haven't checked it out, their podcast is really good. It's kind of the same as what I talked about earlier when just getting into the game, talking about playing the game, talking about, running a show and everything that involves in it. It's the conversations we should have been having years ago. So big shout out to Triple Beat, who we'll be talking to here momentarily, as well as Odds, and what they're doing on their talk show. Their podcast is really good. It's informative. And it helps the community, and that's what means the most. And I appreciate both of them for the work they put in and the ability and all the knowledge they bring to this game. And that's what this community is all about, man. Picking the brains of the other people and learning from them and enhancing the entire community. So I appreciate you, Odds Cornette, big time. You too, Triple B. All right, so that's it for there. Let's remove that. Go back to here. And find the spot. That's what she said. Find the spot. We are going to talk about a couple more matches here before we get to the end. Talked about this G6 match. These are all going down as soon as we're done here. Blitzkrieg title fight. G6 tornado match, tag team championship. I have a little message from a tiny one. We're going to hear from the legendary Great Hall member, Mrs. Utaker, about a lot of things. She had to get some things off her chest. She wanted to discuss some things. So I'm going to give the floor to Mrs. Utaker here, and a really good example of what I'm talking about when I want a promo, whether you're on camera or not, doesn't matter. Whether it's audio or just video or just audio or just video, it doesn't matter. But this is a great example of what I mean when I want a promo. So let's listen to Mrs. Utaker and what she has to say. It's like 15 minutes long, but about 8 minutes in, we're going to have a stopping point. But she has some good points, and we're going to check it out right about now. So we're going to welcome Mrs. Utaker. I'm going to go to the background. Floor is yours, son.
Yes. I have been pretty silent from the start of this. I have let others observe while I observe. I have let other people watch and comment and voice, and I've chosen to become silent. I am silent no more. I am Mrs. Utaker. I am 3-time Battle Queen. I am 1-time Women's Champion. I am the daughter of Angelina Matthews, co-founder of the Monarchy with Mordred Nightwalker, as well as a Great Hall member. I would like to address somebody personally, and I come with opinions, and I come with voices, and come with ways of thinking that are not of the Monarchy. I will be straightforward with that. If they side with my thinking and my way of observing things, that's fine, but I come as myself. Jamar. Let's first straight up address this. I don't know what you have against my fucking daughter, and you better drop it. Because if it keeps going the way I'm seeing it going, I'm going to make damn sure that her hellfire is unleashed. You want to take on the women's roster because you have a personal beef with my daughter. And that goes back from her cheering on her brother Aiden by proxy of Mordred Nightwalker, her godfather, against you. Now I ask you, when you are 29 years old, the same age as Aiden Nightwalker is, you have grown up with him, you have been babies with him, you are actually been training with him, you have actually been the goddaughter of his own father, and you are proxy brother and sister. Why the fuck wouldn't she cheer her family? It's nothing known else, or that she would go and root for her family first, her family as brothers that she calls brothers and sisters, such as Shadowpress, such as Drum, or she will go with her dear friends like Fire Stars of the world and her stable, and then others. You had a beef with Lita because she cheered on Aiden. She told you were being stupid. She told you all in so many words that you were a special kind of stupid for calling Aiden Nightwalker trash. In the last time that I'm telling you, Jamar, that the two of you got to the ring and Aiden knocked you the fuck out was shorter than that damn sentence. You had a beef with my daughter. Now you want to take on the women's roster. Jamar, let me get this straight, right to the point here. You do not have the appendage nor the fortitude to even make it in the women's division. First, you don't have a pair of tits, and two, you're going about things the wrong damned way. Now, every woman on this roster, from the Fire Stars up to the Wrestling Mamas and myself, are some badass bitches you do not want to fucking face. Now, Rex found that out in 2 executions. Ask him how that turned out when he said he was going to go after the male roster. I think only 3 women of the women's roster of a 40-woman roster lost them in that executions. Yeah, this is a division you do not want to piss off. And right now, Jamar, you're pissing off my daughter, and you're slightly pissing off the Monarchy member myself. Now, if you want to take on the women's roster, you better prepare for hell. Because if you think anything that Aiden brought you to that match is anything, you ain't faced me, you ain't faced Raven, you ain't faced Wrestling Mom, and you sure as hell haven't faced my daughter. Because if my daughter is about 10 times worse than myself, and can be. She is hellfire personified. She is not lying. So do go ahead, Jamar. Do go ahead. I applaud you. I do go ahead. But you're proving people wrong. we will prove you wrong when you don't fare well taking on the women's roster in the ring. That I guarantee you.
So Tiny is a little upset, to say the least. She has words to say because Jamar poked the bear. Now, let me preface all this with that was in character, but very well done. It was not a personal attack. That was Tiny being Tiny, telling you how it is. That is how it's done. She did a fantastic job. And it's scary because I've told you guys in the past not to fuck with the U-takers. You got to be very careful. I commend Mr. Jamar for trying to back it up, for getting a couple of nice little wins recently, grabbing the tag titles, but he may have opened a can of worms that he didn't realize he opened. However, he's got bigger fish to fry tonight. Him and Wally have to face Nightmare and Chuck for the tag titles. So the way we do it around here, if someone's going to have words like that, that's fine. That was intense. But at the same time, we have to let the other side have a say. Jamar has put his foot in his mouth before, but he's also put his foot in people's asses. As the monster has taken over Jamar, he has been different recently. He has been amazing. And if you want to see the rest of that promo, I will drop the link because she does continue. But, time permitting, I wanted to get the meat of that promo out first. But if you want to hear the rest of her promo, I'll make sure to drop that as well because she does a fantastic job in blurring the line. So if you don't know, you may think she was going at someone personally, but in reality, that is the epitome of being in character. And I want to let you guys know that. So these aren't personal attacks. And a lot of times that's the thing. And I'm glad this happened because I want to address it. Sometimes people are so good at being in character, you think it's out of character attacks. Don't draw that conclusion, especially here, because, have faith in me to monitor and make sure that someone isn't going out of character. Jamar has opened his mouth. He has had to deal with it. He had to fight Aiden. He got the win recently to earn these tag title shots and then won them. So he's got bragging rights too. So there's the link for the rest of Tiny's promo. If you want to watch the rest of it, she continues to let him know that she's challenging him to prove her wrong. She's telling Jamar, if you're going to open your mouth and challenge people like that, you got to be able to back it up. Recently in the ring, he has. He's half of the tag champs. Let's get a brief word from Jamar in rebuttal to all this. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you, bro. Tag team title shot. Words flying around. Let me hear what's in the mind of the monster Jamar right now.
Well, in the mind of a monster of myself, I'm thinking about something. How many times the people I wrestled in the male division, how many times when I made them tap out, do they ever want to come back and face me ever again? Ever. And then Mr. Champion, Mr. Matt Storm, I know you knocked me out in your hometown. I have a challenge for you. Can you beat me in my hometown? Can you put that title up down that line against me in my, like, how you say, area of the city of Atlanta?
Gotcha.
And Mrs. Tiny Taker, I want to say, I'm going to be 100% with this. I will, how you say, up the stakes a little bit more. A little bit more. If you beat me, me and Wally would never, ever get a shot of the championship ever again. But and the other thing I'm gonna say, I accept your challenge. I'm accept your challenge for a reason. Every single time I prove people wrong, but in that ring, I bled, I sweat, I teared every single time, every victory I ever done in the match. But you know what? I accept your challenge. Challenge accepted.
Well, Jamar, tonight we have Jamar and Wally defending the tag titles. Could be a little bit of distraction for Jamar right now, thinking about that. Plus, keep in mind, we can have the male version. We can bring Angelita over to the active roster. So if that match is indeed going to happen, it may happen right here in LTD. So we've done cross interpromotional matches like that before. We've had the men, we've had Raven fight guys, we've had Wrestling Mama win titles in both divisions. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but he's laid the groundwork that if that match does happen and he loses, first of all, he's got to worry about the title fight tonight. So will the distracted Jamar, will that keep him from holding the title? He's got to walk out tonight with the title first. Very intriguing stuff. I mean, I like it. I love it. From both sides coming at you. He wanted to, he knows that the ladies are badasses. And I've said it a million times. I can't knock him for that because we've already said from day one, the Battle Queen division is the baddest bitches on the planet. And they've always been open to fight the men in the active roster. So that may as well, it might, hey, she's up for it. So don't be surprised here in the very near future if we see Angelita versus Jamar. Would be a very interesting matchup. But he should be worrying about this match first. That could be the downfall of Mr. Jamar. Let me quickly bring on, we got the world title to talk about after this, as well as the Battle Queen title really quickly. But I want to talk about this match. 15 tag teams, a regular 30-man rumble. The winning person's tag team will get a world title shot at whoever wins the previous match. So Wally and Jamar, Nightmare and Chuck, whoever walks out as your tag team champions, next on the line will be one of these 15 teams. The Wolves Den of Jester and Turmoil, current G6 champs. The Rebellion, former tag champs Clinton and Count. The Revengers, MSW and Captain Danger, quite successful. Austin Bagwell now teaming with JW. And real quick, let's get word from Mr. Jake Bagwell about his son, who just won a big rumble on Thursday fighting for his tag team. How you doing, Jake?
How you doing today, Corey? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. So your son had some downfalls at first. He was having a hard time getting his first win or anything. Coming off of that Rumble win, what do you think his chances with JW in this tag team blitzkrieg?
Well, you know, you talk about tag team. There's nobody on the face of the earth knows more about tag team than I do.
True. You hold the record.
6 times, brother. 6 times. And I told the kid, you got to get mentally, you got to get physically ready for this match. You can't depend on your partner all the time. You got to get in there and get it done, son. But, you know, there's a big field of tag teams you got here in the LTD. And, you know, LTD is a place where everything is happening. You get the biggest, the best that ever graced the face of the wrestling world. It's right there at LTD.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks a
But
lot.
I don't want to touch on something just a little bit if I can, brother.
Sure.
Something that you brought, that you said. You know, people talking about how they get heard about what somebody said. I'm a career on taking shit.
Oh, we've been giving Jake Bagwell shit for a solid 6 years. And he's a shining example of, don't take it personal, have fun with it, but you clap back if you can. Clap back on Jake. Me and you have had horror back and forth and whatnot. But yes, I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, we've had a lot of good examples tonight of how it should be done. I'm glad that we've been a part of it, and you've been a great part of it too.
But the bottom line, tonight is a night that the boy known as Austin Bagwell, Prince Austin Bagwell, if you want to say, is going to shine like the superstar that he's going to be.
All right. There you have. I'm sorry, cut you off. Sorry. Jake, there we go. I'm sorry. So good point. Great point. Amazing match here tonight. We also have former tag champs Atticus and Azrael were scheduled for this, but new tag team partner Andy Price. So let's bring Andy on just to get a word on his opportunity in this Rumble as well. What's up, Andy?
Hey, Blaze. Oh, everybody's all fired up. I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll be honest. I look at this match. Me and Atticus, you can say, are the wild card because everybody else has probably teamed for a while and probably more recently. Atticus and I, we've teamed before, but that was in a 6-man tag. This will be the first time teaming as a tag team ourselves. So I think that gives us a bit of the advantage. Hopefully the Rumble numbers are kind to us, but you never know.
True.
But I just want to finish one last thing quick.
Yep.
Maud. Challenge accepted. You want to see if people can step up? I've been stepping up. Set that mountain a little bit higher. I'm going to damn climb it. And that is a dang fact.
I got to get a rebuttal. I got to. I wasn't going to bring you on because I already had you on here, but, you have 2 points you're going to make here now.
Oh,
Go ahead.
First one, I love it, Andy. I said years ago, you are the future of this industry. So this is a direct challenge, not only to you to step up, but to what I said and prove me right. Either way, I win. Now, on to the not so nice part. Because I've been listening the whole time. Jamar, I've told you. I warned you. The more you keep putting my family's name in your mouth, the more things are going to go bad for you. You want someone to fight you in Atlanta? I accept.
Holy hell. This is getting pretty damn intense. We got a lot of shit going down, but that's what wrestling's all about. If you ain't going to step up, if you're not going to, don't be afraid to step up and challenge people, but be ready for what's coming back at you and be ready to face the consequences. So will we see a Jamar versus Mordrin match? Will we see Angelita versus Jamar? Hey, talk about sparking interest in what's going to go down for the rest of 2K23. That's what we're seeing here tonight, and we've got a big taste of it from a lot of different angles. Now, for the rest of this teams here, we got Jesse and Marley. We got former two-time tag champs Leo and Teddy, Cowboy and Machete. We got former tag champs Matt Storm and Mike Wasson, Mordrin's son Aiden and Matthews, the Chosen Ones, California Kids, Toad and Mavericks, former G6 champs J-Dog and Vulture, Gav and some idiot. You got Doc and Jay Savage, a newly formed tag team who just fought each other the other night. It's going to be interesting to see how the new money team does. And you have RA and PK of the Cowboys from Hell. That's going to be a crazy Rumble there, I'll tell you that much. Now, we've already heard from Mrs. Utaker. Angelita's been in the chat for quite some time. Our Battle Queen, Angelita, will take on Misha Ramji. Misha Ramji went through 23 matches to get this match. She fought every member of the Battle Queen division over the last couple months. She earned it. She won 13 and lost 10. A winning record is impressive as hell when you got to fight 23 different people over a long period. The committee was unanimous in giving her the opportunity at a Battle Queen title. She had to wait till after Angelita, which Angelita took the title off of Goddess, but now we will have Misha Ramji, Angelita Matthews for the Battle Queen Championship tonight. And don't forget, Goddess of Pain waits in the wings to be next. I think Goddess has 2 shots, believe it or not. She won that event the other night, plus she has the triple threat briefcase. So whoever wins this match is going to have to go through the Goddess of Pain not once, but twice to carry this title on into whoever wins Stable War 14. Main event, and I know he's been waiting patiently in the back. I know he's been anxious to have words like he always does. So we're going to close out the show the only way we can with our world champion, letting us know his thoughts about, could it be his final match in LTD? It's not. We have Riley Palooza. And just to give you an idea of the people in line, I already talked about Riley and Count taking on Gav and his little butt buddy. And then we have Matt Storm, who stepped up, one of the first. These are pretty much in the order of how they stepped up and answered the call for Riley. And then the final 2 were chosen by Riley. Matt Storm wanted a piece, so he will face Riley Wolf. Ripper Springheel stepped up. JW Caliber, Brooklyn Joker, Dragonheart, who we heard from earlier, Atticus Black, and then handpicked by Riley, Shifty, who he has history with. We all know they had a great feud last time, and his final singles match could be one-on-one Corey Quinn. Here's the caveat, though. If he defends the title today, the winners of those 9 individuals, whether it's 4 people, 5 people, 2 people, whoever, you will have to beat the world champion Riley Wolf not once but twice. You'll have to beat him in a singles match, and then the world title will be on the line. It could be a one-on-one. It could be a 3-man. It could be a 4-man. It could be all the way up to possibly an 8-man. Or, I don't think this would happen, but if Riley would lose all 9 singles matches, that'll be a Blitzkrieg Rumble for the world title out of 10 men. So the first step is this world title fight tonight, the main event. There will also be a number 1 contenders rumble at Riley Palooza to see who's next in line. This is going to be mighty interesting. And like I said, he paid me a lot of money for this. Riley Palooza is going to happen. He's going to go out with his own show next Saturday. But will he be the world champion? Let's get words from the world champion, the man of 1,001 faces, because he has now a pineapple pizza face. The one and only Riley Wolf. Welcome to the show.
It's that RILEY, your reigning and defending LTD World Champion. And before you get started, Blaze, let me ask you a question for once. 3 years ago, when I was talking about some Russians' testicles, did you ever imagine that not only would I be at the top of the digital wrestling world, but there would be a whole show dedicated to just me? I don't think so.
No. But as I stated earlier, as much as I dislike you, as much as we've had our differences, you've been an honorable world champion. What has happened to Riley Wolf since that glorious belt has been strapped to you?
What do you mean? This has been inside me the whole time. I've been scratching and clawing and waiting for this opportunity to become LTD World Champion so I can show that I can be a proud champion, so that I can lead the digital wrestling world in this pre-apocalyptic world known as Leaning Towards Death Wrestling on the Blaised Radio Network.
I expect nothing less. And I stated it earlier, and I'm sure you'll concur, there's no looking ahead to Riley Palooza.
Absolutely not. It's almost impossible with the size of Rick Logan Parfait, but I'm going to do everything in my power to chop the tree trunk that is Rick Logan Parfait to walk into Riley Palooza as LTD World Champion. Hopefully after Riley Palooza to retire as LTD World Champion.
And that is the opportunity he has. He will have to win 2 matches to retire as the champ. Sure, he has 9 singles fights, but those aren't title fights. If he defends the title tonight, he will have 1 more title fight against anybody that can beat him one-on-one next Saturday. And here's another thing. Rick Logan Parfait is our lethal champion. Rick Logan Parfait could also be the internet and Blitzkrieg champion by the time he gets to you. You think that might be a distraction for him, or do you think he's focused in no matter what?
It could be. It could be. I've held all the titles that he's going for tonight. So if he could do the impossible and take it out, hey, all the respect to you. But this is a Riley on another level. I'm dead set on retiring as world champion. And it's going to take not just a 7-foot man, not an 8-foot man, but a 1,000-foot man to try to even budge me just a little bit from trying to retire as LTD world champion.
All right, good luck, my friend. I think it's going to be mighty interesting. Not only the main event tonight after 9 gruesome matches, we have Riley Wolf, and then he will have 9 singles gruesome matches of his own next week at Riley Palooza. And like I said earlier, Riley Palooza is going to be a fucking party.
You know it. With me, it's hard not to have a party with my type of energy flowing through the arena that will be Riley Palooza. Get your streamers, get your poppers, get all of it, because we're going to have a party, baby.
You wouldn't do what Monstar's saying in the comment there if you retire as the champ. You wouldn't throw that belt in the trash, would you?
Absolutely not. This is one of the most prestigious prizes in all of digital wrestling, and I have held this as proud as I possibly can. And when I retire as champion, I'm going to respectfully lay this belt in the center of the ring, so somebody can try to grab an inch of what I've done as LTD World Champion.
Good luck, my friend, and we'll be hearing more from you next week at Riley Palooza, and then the following week at Riley Wolf's last match, which is listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you this, as much as I patted my back and talking about how we built this community and how everyone has brought together and so many people, whether you like people or not, have combined. Riley is doing something special next Saturday. And I got to say, looking at what he's done, he's reached out to so many different companies, wrestlers, champions, having titles defended, having past, present, and future Rumble. I mean, this match card is going to be something special. I'm glad to be a part of it, and I can't wait for it. I'll help you promote it that week. Of course, I want to be a part of it. And next Saturday, we're probably going to change our show to another time or another day, because your show is very important to the community. And I respect everything you've done for this company. And even though the Riley Wolf may be retiring, it's not the end. We could see a referee. We could see family members. So obviously, out of character, wish you the best in your professional wrestling career and your future. But what you brought to the table, when I talked about it earlier, seeing someone come on here, bust their hump, and talk smack and run their yap like only Riley Wolf can, invigorates other people to do the same. So I thank you.
Thank you, Blaised. Thank you all for being on this journey with me and helping me get to where I am today, in all seriousness.
You got a ton of people behind you, brother. In character, out of character, digital, real life. You should be proud of what you've accomplished and what you're going to accomplish. And we are by your side through the whole thing, my friend. Props.
Thank you, Blaised.
That is going to wrap it up. We got one last look at the match card of what we're about to see. No, we don't, because I didn't put. Yes, we do. There it is. The match card for tonight. 6 title fights, 3 of those G6 matches I told you I didn't think I'd be able to keep this in 2 hours. But man, this has been what I want digital wrestling to be. Don't be afraid to cut a promo. Don't be afraid to go off on someone in character and have fun with it. You know, we've talked a lot about in-game, out-of-game, and everything throughout this. I love and appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of the show and making the Get Blaised podcast something special to add on to this digital wrestling world. And when I see other people like Triple Beaten Odds with their talk show, Chance's old conversation that he had, things like that go out there where people are just talking about it, it does nothing but good for the community and digital wrestling, whatever you want to call it. This is an escapism. This is a place where we can feel safe, but also go and have so much fun. Rick Logan Parfit, tonight is your night. Will we see a belt collector? Will we see a multi-champion going after the world title? We will find out very soon. Thank you, Riley, is now trending all through the chat. It's a shining example tonight from Mrs. Utaker, from Crushing Kelly, from Triple Beat, from Odds, from everybody who joined me, even Jamar, Jamar comes out and says something and has to deal with a lot of stuff coming back at him, but he's still here to talk back, and I appreciate it. Everyone's not going to be on the same level of the game, but maybe when you see this, everyone gets better. Everyone gets better, and we all benefit from this. I appreciate you all. I'm going to go take a fucking dump, grab a drink, have a quick, hey, thank you, Charles from the Bahamas. Send me a plane ticket, my friend. I'll be down to visit you very soon, my friend Charles from the Hardcore Sports Network. I appreciate you, bro. So, yeah, everybody, this is all in fun. It gets intense, but it should. This is what I've been wanting in this company and this for so long. But in the past, we had people that didn't play well with others sometimes, who did go cross that line. And I had to move on from them. We had to make sure the roster, and you guys have communicated and cooperated. So I appreciate you guys. I hope to have enough voice for a 3-hour show we're about to do. But go grab a drink, grab a snack, get ready, sit back, relax, let the AI take you for a ride. Because when Blaze Radio is live, when LTD is in action, somebody's about to get blazed. And I appreciate y'all being with me. I love you. Peace, positive vibes. I'll see you in a few. Right here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're going to bring all the brands together, 6 title fights, and a whole lot more. See you soon. We out of here. Peace. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed.